What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get Sausage Biscuit. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Go with the deuces. There you go, baby.
Hey, what's going on, boys and girls? I am Christopher James, and you are welcoming. I am welcoming you. You're not welcoming me. I'm welcoming you to Kate's Heart, Christopher James. It's Tuesday night, man. I've got a slate of guests tonight. We got 5 guests. Originally, we had 2. Then we went to 4. Then we went to 5. So we have 5 guests tonight. We're going to hit it up. Mostly Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship fighters that are going to be participating in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship's next event, BKFC 16, in Biloxi, Mississippi, on March 19th. Man, I tell you, I am excited. For you guys watching, man, thanks for tuning in. This show is brought to you by my friend Andrew Sams at Just Heart Apparel and Just Heart Apparel East Coast. They be making good gear. They be helping out fighters. They're good folks right there. I see the Kirk people already chiming in on the comment thread. That means only one thing. There's a Joe Elmore sighting about to happen. Hey, that's right, man. Joe Elmore is going to be joining us here in just a moment. A couple of quick things I want to go over with you. First, thanks for being here and checking out the show. Remember, if you're watching live on Facebook, drop your comments in the comments. I see them all. If you're watching on YouTube, you can also comment live. So, we appreciate you. And I see a lot of people already popping in. Guys, also, feel free to share this broadcast out on your pages and everything. Help us get the word out, get some exposure for our people, our fighters, the guys that we're here to hang out with and chat with tonight. So, there's already a guy yelling, Elmore, Elmore, Elmore. That's Sean Carning. Hey, welcome, man. Good to have you. What's up, Forrest? So, UFC 259 took place over the weekend. Israel Adesanya got beat by Jan Blachowicz, which I knew he was going to do. I've never picked Adesanya to win. I was wrong every other time, but I finally got one right. Also, the Aljamain Sterling versus Petr Yan. What a controversial end. I did a post-fight show we talked about. We might hit on some of that later on, but right now it's time to get into our show. Oh, and if you're in Florida or anywhere else, man, these guys are awesome. MedMen, they are my sponsor. They're not my sponsor, but they might be one day. I want to get them on board with us, but man, they got some good stuff. Today we're going to be hitting up on the 30% THC. So as this show continues to go on, things might get a little silly. But you know what always makes this show silly, regardless of if I'm smoking weed or not, is my first guest of the night. Every time he's on, we do great numbers. We have a great crowd, a lot of fun, a lot of silliness, and we also take care of business because that's what we're here for. So let me welcome him in right now. This young man is chasing gold at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. He is looking to become the inaugural 165-pound champion. And standing in his way is a veteran bare knuckle fighter, a veteran UFC fighter, WEC. He's been around, and he is an absolute beast in combat sports. The man himself, Leonard Garcia, is going to be taking on this young man right here, the Hitman 187. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Joe Elmore. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Same shit, smaller shovel, surrounded by medals. I see. I like it.
Bloody medals.
Many medals, and they're just 2. I mean, there's more around.
Bloody.
You don't want to show off too
Bloody.
much. You don't want to be flexing too much, make us little people with no medals feel bad, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, all you got to do is get punched in the face. That's it.
That's it. So, guys, like I said, do me a favor and please share this out. The plans too. We were supposed to have Brad Kelly on at 9 p.m. I'm going to move him to 10 p.m. He was doing some training, and we're going to have Tyler Diamond jumping in at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, and he's fighting for PFL. But I just got that update. So anyway, guys, please share this out. Like I said, I'm going to share this out too while we talk to my man Joe. Joe, first of all, man, tell us how you're doing, man. How's things going?
Feeling strong, baby. Y'all see what I say. Quit bitching.
Quit bitching. Y'all quit bitching.
fucking get up and train in the morning. And yeah, man, I'm doing good, dude. I'm full camp. Got my boxing coach down here living with me. This camp, he came all the way from Detroit. I've been missing that. You know, I had one of his main boxing students has been here with me training in the middle of the woods, like I've talked about before, that led up to where we're at now. But I've actually got him here living with my buddy, and I'm bringing in, flying in Brandon Maddox tomorrow to finish out my sparring until Sunday. He just fought White Chocolate. He's, I believe, top 10 in the world still right now for boxing, working out something with Cornello. So I've got a good camp going on, man. Got a lot going on around me. Done a couple of documentaries. I've actually got a guy coming in to do a special documentary on me on this Thursday, talking about what's led up to the fight. And this Sunday, I'm recording my walkout rap video that everybody's been waiting on. I finally got a producer down here, and every time I walk out, my rap song, it's got words to it. But that's actually me and my homeboy Jay Killer. And yeah, we're gonna actually have that video produced so people can see Atlanta on a different light.
Are you rapping?
Oh yeah, man. When I walk out my last two fights, the Hitman song, it's actually called "Welcome to the Joe Show," and it's me and my homeboy rapping. So when I'm rapping, when I'm walking out, that's actually me rapping to my rap.
I didn't know it was you. I thought you were just like, lip syncing to somebody else's.
Hitman, I'm the savage cat. The cage it is my habitat. I'm a lion in the jungle, and I eat them up like cage rats. Yeah, that's me the whole time. That's why I said at the end of the show, instead of singing, I can always rap for you.
We're gonna have you do some freestyle rap maybe later on tonight, man. Well, that's awesome, man. You're bringing in people to help you get the job done. Now, so Leonard Garcia. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to take just a little bit of credit for this fight coming together, because this whole idea started on my show. This was the first time we talked about it publicly, you and Leonard Garcia. We brought it to the show. You and Leonard came on. You were very respectful to each other. And I know all the way leading up to this fight, you're probably not going to talk a lot of shit to each other, but fight night, you're going to beat the shit out of each other. Now,
yeah, that's the only shit we've said, man.
So am I right to say that I can get a little credit for this fight coming together since it started here?
Well, I might give you credit for letting us announce it, but I feel the universe is me forced this fight. Since my very first fight in the XFC, I told y'all I was fighting Leonard Garcia, and you did give me the platform to go ahead and make David make this happen, because we told you to help us, and you came to us and was like, hey, if you want to make this happen, we're going to make it happen. And sure.
And we all made it happen. All the
yeah, we did, baby. That's the trifecta of this fight. It's Christopher James, Leonard Garcia, and Joe Hitman came together and said, give us this fight.
They should let me be the referee of that fight. I think they know it'd be awesome. I just stand there. This is how it'll be if I referee, though. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? Toe the line. And I'm going to go stand in the corner. I'm not even going to stop anything. Whatever happens, fucking happened. 2 minutes ago. All right. Take it. 2 minutes. Because that's what we want to see anyway. But honestly, I'm glad the fight came together for you. I'm glad the fight came together for Leonard as well. I believe that this is a great path for you to take on your way to try and capture the inaugural 165-pound title. I believe with Leonard Garcia, that's a good name for you to take on, because I'm sure that he probably wants to get in on that title picture. And since you've been doing so well, whichever one of you wins this fight, will probably be in line, as the next closest guy to the title. So there's a lot on the line here, and I am, for one, excited because I know what both of you bring inside the ring. When the fight got booked, Feldman and Nate Shook reached out to you and booked the fight, made it all official and everything. After the contract was signed, did you have a moment where you sat down and said to yourself, my vision is coming true. This is how I saw it all playing out, and now it's happening. So now it gave you more of a sense of this is really where you're at.
Oh man, yeah. It hits me every day because I really did have a vision. People said I'm crazy. I talked about it with you. I did. I saw it, and I've read this book, The Secret. I watched the movie, The Secret. I tell people if you haven't read the book or Read the book first. And if you're lazy and can't do that, go watch the movie at least. But man, it's beautiful. Anything that you put into fruition, anything that you speak of, if you truly believe it with all your heart, and I ain't nothing but a whole lot of heart and violence. Yeah, man, I knew it was going to happen. But it is a blessing now because as much as you know something, try to remain humble and kind and demand, but earn what I demand. And now that I got it, I'm just like, man, I got it. You know what I mean? Like this is what we call it out. The secret is real, and it's my time, my destiny. Let's go.
And now that you've got it, you're not going to waste it. You're going to go out there and give it your all, of course, because that's what Mr. Elmore does every single time. He steps into the ring. Joe goes hard, right?
You could drive a car through that motherfucker right now. I'm training harder than ever, man. I was under the garage for 3 hours today with my hand coach.
Hold on. Let me see. I just wanted to see, you know.
That's what you got working hard and hardly working. It's just close.
Look, it's a duck. Whack, whack, whack.
I gotta be careful. You have to bring Chris back on to take his shirt off for Missy again.
Chris Sorrow, my God, that's crazy. Now Robert Kirk is sitting here saying, "Now you got it. What you going to do with it?" Come on, well, you know what Joe going to do with it. Joe going to go out there and do the damn thing, ain't that right, Joe?
Hey, he coming to watch the violence. He already knows what we're finna do.
He already knows. Now we spoke, like I said, when you guys, we had you on my show a couple months back, and you guys, like I said, you both had a great conversation. It's one of my favorite shows I've ever done because the conversation was so cool between you two guys, knowing full well that you might end up in the ring beating the crap out of each other. But now that it's all real and everything else, you know, I mean, this is it. You know, you're in an event and you're doing the damn thing. Is there? And I don't want to say, I don't want to say, fanboy of Leonard Garcia, but is there like a little bit of you that goes, dude, I'm fighting Leonard Garcia? You know, Leonard Garcia has been around a long time. He's been a huge name across multiple major platforms. And, you know, BKFC is now a huge major combat, organization in its own right. And you're a legit star. With that being said, is there a little bit of you that, it gets a little more excited because you're fighting such a legendary character is what I guess I'm looking at, you know?
Hell yeah. I'll be the first one to say it, man. I'm call it a fanboy if you want to, dude. I want an autograph. I've messaged this dude and I told him as violent as we're gonna be. I can't wait, man, to get an autograph after, bro, and take a fucking picture. Whether I win, lose, or draw against him, he's a warrior, man. And I have love for him because people that fought like him over my lifetime. While I was dreaming of being the main event in the UFC, I was watching him get fight of the night in the UFC, man. And I mean, that's why I picked this fight. It's, to me, it's when you have somebody that you always envision fighting that's like you to test yourself, right? You know, like I want to test myself against one of the baddest fight of the night brawlers that could be getting his ass beaten and in any one punch take somebody out or completely dominate somebody that they said he couldn't dominate. And it's a big test for myself, but it's even a bigger honor. Yeah, man. You know, he's talking about Donald Cerrone being there. I'm a huge fan of his too, man. I'm gonna be in the back after the fight. You know, I'm gonna focus on beating his ass and getting that finish and knocking his head off and finding my anger against him because there is none in the beginning. I'm gonna find something against him. We ain't gotta worry about that. I always find a way to want something. He's trying to take my shit, but yeah, man, I'm gonna be in the back fanboy and pitching and all that shit. Hell yeah.
Do you have to be angry at Leonard? You know, you just said you have to find your anger.
No, not angry. So here's what it is. I don't get angry at a person because he who angers you controls you. Defeat your enemies by living well. I go troll all the people that troll me online, but I really am sitting here thinking, laughing when I say stuff to them. They can see me. They see me laughing while I'm on here just bored as shit, texting people back on hundreds of things online. But no, man, I don't know. It's more because I don't like him, it's more passionate, and I am angry at him in a violent way because if he beats me, he's taking my stardom. He's taking my words of my vision and my destiny that I believe in, and he's crushing it. So, I mean, he's robbing me. So, I mean, I'm going to defend myself from this robbery of my destiny and my fate to get that gold. So that's what I have against him. And it pisses me the fuck off because somebody wants to steal that shit from me. It pisses me the fuck off. And I'm not angry at Leonard because he has to try to steal that from me the same way I have to him. He said he's not mad that I called myself a legend killer. He's a legend, and I'm going to go up and kill his ass. So that's what I have to be. And if I don't believe I'm the legend killer, then might as well just go ahead and tap the table right now and say, fuck, Leonard's going to beat my ass. I'm not going to do it. No, I'm the legend killer. I'm going to knock him the fuck out and get my gold.
Yeah. Now, you said that you're and that's cool. That's a good way to look at it there, Mr. Elmore. I like it. And I like that you're going to fanboy a little bit, get the pictures, get the autographs, because most guys would be like, no, fuck that. I ain't, it's nothing, and they wouldn't, even if it were true, they wouldn't admit it publicly. And
I'm real, bro.
You're real. You just keep it real. You tell it like it is, good, bad, ugly, and different. Joe Elmore will give you the answer if you ask him the question. Plain and simple. Now, you were down in Florida last week filming some weird video out in the middle of Clewiston, which is the most bizarre spot in the world in Florida. Now, so you're doing the music video, you're bringing in this guy, you're filming a rap video, you got the studio stuff in your house, and you got a fight going on. Are you spreading yourself too thin?
My coach lives with me. He went to Florida with me. What I don't show is me training 3 days, 2 hours a day. My coach was fucking crazy, man. I got while we're doing this documentary, I got cameras, and it'll come out. But this motherfucker's trying to make me do hand pads in the car while my buddy's driving. Come on, we can do something before we get there. We gotta get loose as soon as we get to the beach. Like, man, I'm blessed. So Conor McGregor, whenever he was doing all those promotions, he lost some of his training. He dips at Dana White. But I was going down there to do a thing with Uli for an event he had. I wanted to go down there, and I had to do that rap video with the bare knuckle, and that helped some other bare knuckle brothers out. We got paid quite a bit to be in the rap video and have a little bit of fun and do something unique. And so this is my life. Some people work 40 hours a week, being teachers and construction workers, or man, I don't do shit but fight now. I've got to the point now where I'd wake up in the morning at 6 a.m. and if I go for a run, I go for a run. If I decide to go to Miami tomorrow, guess what? My coach will be in the back with me. We'll stop at a rest stop for an hour and a half on the way there, get to Miami, train again by the pool at night by the beach, do our promo in the morning, train when we get done, stop on the way home and do it again. And we won't miss one day of training. I ain't missed 1 2-a-day in the past 4 weeks. I've done 2-a-days except for on my rest day. And I don't do shit. I let my body heal. I rest. IVs or massage therapies every day of the week. I got 2 chiropractic sponsors, a full medical sponsor this fight, a full men's health sponsorship this fight. I mean, I leave training, I go get an IV. If I can't go there, he'll come to me. If I can't do that, then I'll have my chiropractor will come here to my house. My massage therapist, I can go to her house. She'll meet me here. I mean, dude, I've been more beyond blessed with people helping me to where I'm going. So yeah, no, I never slack on shit, man. I'm beyond training like a champion. If I did any more, I'd fall apart.
Yeah, but with the traveling and the music videos and other things outside of the fight game that have to occupy your brain, you seem very confident that you can handle all of the outside of the fight as well as the inside of the fight.
To me, it's all part of it because I ain't got that 40-hour job. That's my other job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most people are coming home stressed. I ain't got nothing on my brain. It's actually building the video we did was a bare knuckle fight in the middle of the field. We did a bare knuckle fight in the middle of a burning field for a music video. So even that was bare knuckle.
Did you get hot? Did you get burnt?
No, but we made some good farmer friends down there though. Got some cool ass shit watching those cane fields burn down.
Yeah, those sugarcane fields are no joke, man. Like I live down here in Florida, and I've driven through those fields so many times over the years, man. It's a cool thing to see the sugarcane field when you really get out in it and you walk out into one. You're like, holy fuck. I can have somebody die out here, if I could walk them out there, get them lost, and then never find their way out, So right here, our first person coming on that is not in support of Joe Elmore. This is Paco Palomino. I'm thinking he's the brother of Luis Baboon Palomino, the 155 champ. And Paco says Luis Palomino is going to come take the 165 belt too. Be prepared. You know what? I like the energy that Paco's bringing because Palomino's a beast. But I'd wait for we got. Oh, also let me shout out Zion Tomlinson Sr. up on here. He said, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Z-Man, motherfucker?" It's still hard to believe his name is Senior and he's only 20-something years old because he named this kid Junior. It confuses the hell out of me. Like when I first met him, I thought his dad was him. Because of the name Senior. Dad's older and all that stuff. So I've got a question for you, Joe, from the crowd. My boy Forrest Daniels, big supporter of the show, and all the fighters all across every platform. He wants to know, is this fight with Garcia your biggest fight of your BKFC career so far?
Of course, man. Yeah. If Tom Shoaf was a real world-class boxer, Will Shoaf was a 119 fight veteran who fought Max Holloway. This is the second guy in the BKFC I fought that fought Max Holloway for a main event that either lost by split decision or I think it was a split decision loss whenever Max Holloway fought Leonard Garcia, and it was a TKO in the final round when he fought him. So they're all big fights, but yeah, the next fight that leads me to the title is my biggest fight ever. It's one of the biggest names I ever fought. I fought Armanas Bova. He's a world champion from Kazakhstan, but not a legend here like this, man. This is for me. I'm just honored to be here. It's my first main event for the company I believe is going to take over the UFC. So,
that's a bold statement. You're going to take over the UFC.
I believe so, man. I wouldn't go back if they offered me.
It's early in their development. They're only 16, 17 events. This will be 17 events in. And I don't think they're here to take over the UFC. And I don't think, my opinion is, I don't think that's going to happen. But I do think that they're going to carve out such a perfect spot for themselves because they've created a new category in combat sport.
Absolutely.
You have boxing and you have bare knuckle fighting, which is not bare knuckle boxing, right, Joe?
Not at all. I'm a bare knuckle boxer competing for bare knuckle fighting championship.
No, you're a bare knuckle fighter.
I'm a bare knuckle boxer too. I'm a bare knuckle boxer. I'm a boxer. I'm a MMA fighter. I'm a bare knuckle fighter. I'm a professional submission grappler. I'm all that shit.
He's a husband, a badass. He can cook, clean, do it all. That is like if he didn't have a beautiful wife, he'd be a good catch, ladies. But he got the ring on. And I tell you, he's got an awesome partner by his side. She isn't just his wife; she is his partner. She full support everything. She does it all. She rides the train with him, and that's got to be a load off your mind. That you really have that covered. Robert Kirk said you're a softie, just so you know.
I am though. Outside that cage, I'm a big old kitty cat.
Zion Tomlinson says, me and Joe going to give each other a run for each other's money on KO of the night. So he's calling for his fight to be KO of the night. You're obviously going to be looking for, the KO of the night. Obviously, I think you're both going to be looking for the win, however it comes, KO or TKO or, whatever. If it ends up going the distance, it is what it is. But are you going to be smart in this fight? If you get Leonard Garcia rocked, we know he's tough, and he gets wobbled a little bit, are you going to go for the kill or are you going to make sure? Because you don't want to expend your energy too quickly. It's a 10-minute fight, 2-minute round. And I've seen, and you've seen it too, in BKFC and in other combat sports, you're an experienced person. So, sometimes somebody goes for it a little too soon and it usually ends up biting them in the ass. So is that something that you think about, to make sure, especially with somebody who's so savvy as Garcia, because we've seen him go to war and take incredible beatings that would have, dropped a mere mortal man, and then bum bum bum, Leonard Garcia is still fucking standing, and you're like, how the fuck you do that? Because you can't. I mean, you got to be in great shape, cardio, and all that stuff to take a beating, but you still can't train for the internal part of being able to accept that and to continue to walk forward. That's not something you train. That's something you either have or you
Have
don't.
it done.
So, do you think about that with a guy like Garcia? Because we've seen him go to war and just, I know he's fought, the Korean zombie, the Korean zombie because he walks through everything. But Leonard Garcia is like the Mexican zombie. He just walks through, and it's freaky to watch. I'm just gonna be honest with you, and it kind of like go whoa. So
I mean, it's zombie versus zombie. You bite a zombie, you don't turn into a zombie. So I mean, like, what's he gonna do? Bite my fucking hand off, and we'll bite his fucking hand off, and we'll both be crawling out there, fucking armless, legless, and toothless. I don't care, man. I'm a zombie too. So, I mean, of course, I respect it, but I don't care about it. I ain't scared of nothing but spiders, and I quit being scared of those little bitches about 2 years ago. I used to get all scared of them, but I realized, man, there's no purpose in being scared. I love getting hit. I love the adrenaline. I don't want to lose, but that's not on my mind. It's I can respect them as much as I want, but the belief in myself and me winning and knocking him out, I believe I hit. If it's just this much harder, I believe I hit that much harder.
yeah,
If he hits and he can take a punch, I can take a punch that much harder. So if he hits me twice and I hit him twice, I believe I'm gonna win that fight, man. So no, I'm not worried about it. I respect it, but I'm embracing it. I'm ready for it. Like I want to go to war. I want knockout of the night, but I'll settle for fight of the year again. That'd be great. 2 years in a row, fight of the year. Let's go.
hell yeah. And Palomino agrees with you, Paco. He says Garcia does have a lot of experience, but Joe hits harder, and this is bare knuckle. And yes, this is bare knuckle, but this isn't like Garcia's bare knuckle debut, Paco. He's been here. He's done this. So this isn't going to be something he's not used to, and he's always ready to go. Mike Shorey said he's never been in against the Joe Elmore, and
No, he went up against Jim Allers, and no offense, but I hit harder than Jim. Jim put pressure on him. I've seen Leonard. He's in a lot better shape this time. He's been hiding. When somebody hides on social media, I know what they're doing. They're taking me serious. Leonard is giving me a lot of respect. He's in that fucking laboratory. He's hired my ex-opponent to show him to lose the same way here. He got Tom Shope down there living with him. Boop. Man, I know what you're doing. It ain't gonna help though. I'm prepared, and I've got just as many people here. Fuck, man, I'm so ready, dude. I can't wait. Yeah, everything I've seen is motivation. The Vegas odds are motivation. Everything, baby.
I'm a little. Oh, there he is. He's back. I'm a little shocked. The Kirk crew has been very tame tonight. I expected some really goofy comments. All you Kirk folks, where you at, man?
They know it's gold time. They know it's gold time, baby. It's time to take it serious. That's why we're wearing gold, chasing the gold.
Quit
No
bitching.
more bitching, just training. Yeah, quit bitching, just train. Take the gold.
Did you have that hat and shirt made specifically for you?
Actually, I'm representing Quit Bitching Apparel now. They're one of my new apparel sponsors. Sent me a bunch of stuff. They said I represent what they represent, so they called me and approached me, and I definitely represent exactly what they say. People bitch too much, and
everybody
just
wants
do
to know what
more.
shirts, Joe. So where can they get these shirts? Because they're all asking online.
Man, look, go to Quit Bitching Coalition on Instagram. Quit Bitching Coalition. If you type up quitbitching.com or Quit Bitching Coalition, they'll both take you to the same website. They got a couple different designs. The one with the skull, tell them be quiet. I love it, man. Couple hats. Love their gear. Love what they represent. Please check.
You have a code you can give people so they get some.
Nah, man. They're gonna make me my own line of clothes. The Quit Bitching 187. So we're gonna do like a collaboration, and we'll split the profits whenever we get that done. We're working on negotiating right now. I just like you said, I have a lot on my plate, so I wanted to balance the right things, and I've timed and planned everything out again. My beautiful wife has Google set. We know what time each interview is going to be. The alarm sets off before it happens. My clothes are laid out, ironed, pressed, washed. change my outfits the right way. So yeah, man, I'm gonna make sure I represent right.
Well, speaking of quit bitching, here's a guy who believes the same thing. Everybody should just quit bitching and get up and do the damn thing. You're your own person and you control your destiny in life to a degree. He does it out in Puerto Rico. So we're going to welcome him in right now because potentially you guys could fight down the road. The man himself, El Bandito, Elvin, Leon Brito. What's up, Elvin?
What's up, brother, man? Chilling, man. You hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, sounding good.
You sound good.
A little wore out. We've been training, it's like hell week for us, so we're busting ass.
So I'm just finishing up with Joe, and I brought you in a minute earlier than I was going to because I thought about it. You like to fight up at that 165 class as well. So here's Joe, Leonard Garcia. There's a few other guys now. This division is getting interesting. What would it mean to you, Elvin, is staying at 165 and possibly fighting Joe Elmore for the inaugural 165-pound championship? I'm going to ask Elvin first,
awesome,
Joe, and then we're going to send Joe packing.
Every fighter has their own approach and their own way and their own reasons they fight. So like I'm all business, man. I love it. Joe's a tough guy. I'm a fan of Joe. He's a cool dude. We're cool. We get along real well. But this is business. When it's time for business, we take care of business. No excuses, no mercy. That's what we do.
That's it. What about you, Joe? How cool would it be for you and Elvin to actually get to fight for the title? You guys have been around here now for a minute.
I think we deserve it, man. I picked Leonard Garcia just because it was an honor. Like I said, man, everybody wants to fight a legend. You know what I mean? I met Elvin. We've been real good friends, but I'll fuck him up too, just like he'll fuck me up. We don't care. This is business. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to go to jungle camp and train after we fuck each other up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me interrupt you for a second because I love what you just said. I like Elvin. We've been friends, but I'll fuck him up. So and when you said that, most guys get mad. Elvin just starts laughing. It was such a cool moment. Hey, Joe, by the way, I know you.
I love Elvin.
I've seen you do it before from our interviews to clip up certain spot. Clip that spot up there when you find it. It's like at 32 minutes in, somewhere around there. Because that's going on there. Because that was just that part of it. Because as soon as you said it, Elvin went like Elvin didn't get mad. I was like, yeah, let's fuck each other up.
Me and Elvin have had this conversation before, man. I'm like, dude, I love you, bro. But you're number one and number two. I'm sorry I'm calling out our DMs for private conversation. You can tell me to shut up. But I was like, dude, I love you, bro. But we'll fuck each other up. And he's like, hell yeah, we will, bro. If I'm number one and you're number two, we both want the title.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do?
That's right. You're going to go fight each other for the belt, and then fucking Joe's going to fight you.
Hell yeah.
Cool before the fight, and after the fight too. This is how it is, And we'll be, I'm always respectful before my fights. There's no need to be too friendly before the fights, but we're already friends, so it's like it is what it is, and this is the business that we chose. We love to do, and I can't wait for next week. I've been working so hard out here, training so much, and building ourselves up so much. It's been such a long time, so I've been ready to fight for a while.
I love it, dude. I'm excited for both of you guys getting on this card. So I'm going to ask you this question, and we're going to send Joe out on this note. I want you to be honest, Elvin. Joe and Leonard are fighting, on the same card. They're main eventing. Who takes that fight?
I like Leonard, but Joe's got the momentum, man. He's got his mindset. The match of styles. I always believe styles makes fights. I'm a technical fighter. I always look at that, and I just see Joe winning this fight. I don't see Joe losing this fight. I think Joe's gonna take this fight, and he's either gonna be contending for the belt or he's gonna get that belt. He's already got his mindset. So it's hard to stop him. It's gonna be really exciting. Like I'm glad. I'm gonna be a little bit low on the card, so like I can't wait to like get my fight in. Bang, bang, bang. I'm gonna be out in the crowd.
I'm excited though. Hey, you fighting a similar dude, man. I like that Brad Kelly dude too, man. He's a cowboy bull riding. Y'all are gonna be a fun fight to watch, man, because of that style, bro. I really look forward to being. Yeah, I love y'all's fight, dude.
All right, Joe.
Go ahead.
Joe, you got the endorsement from Elvin. He might fight you one day, but he's picking you to win this fight. I know that makes you feel good when the guys that are actually doing this with you in the same company, the same division, and they can be real about it, and they know what you bring. So that I know that makes you feel good. Um, what's your parting words for us on your way out the door, so we can get into a little chat with my man Elvin? And by the way, before you shoot those parting words, I just want to say thanks for being here, man. I'm glad that I got to be a part of this Leonard Garcia matchup from the beginning of it. You know, to help you put the idea out there in the universe for the people to hear about it. So I feel like I'm a part of the belt. So it's gonna be really cool. I do. I feel like I get to be a part of it. If he gets there, I get to go.
You got to chip one of the diamonds off. Like, I'm keeping this.
I'm telling you, I'll let you have it like one weekend out of the month, like a really bad divorce. The time the father gets.
I don't even want it for one weekend out of the month. What
this
I want
is my baby. You just help make. You just help.
all I want to do is I want to take a video of you putting the belt around my waist and saying Chris was a part of this, and then take it the fuck off because fucking I'm not supposed to wear it. But that
we gotta do that one.
Dude, that would hit me in the feelings, man. I'm being real.
I'm serious as fuck, dude. I'm serious, dude, because I feel like you were part of the story for real, 100% honest.
I do too, man.
I needed you, and you were the one that, like, when I put that out in the universe, I was like, Christopher James is going to hit me up and hopefully do this. And then you hit me up, and I was like, But hey, let me let Elvin get his time so I don't run into it because he's got a big fight coming up. I just want to thank my sponsors real quick. Of course, my beautiful wife, Veterans Farm, Down to Earth Irrigation Landscaping,
Look at this.
Quit Bitching Coalition, Eat Team Bro, Sunrise Roofing LLC, Innovative Aquatics, Nivea Health, Jason Creasy Law Firm, Hardline Roofing, H House of Sounds. That's what my truck looks so good for. Cigar Idiots Podcast, Rooftop Supplement, Just Heart, Atlanta Rapid Testing, Guard in Mouth Goes Mouth Guards, ADM Automotive, Steve Tyson, the original hit man. All right, we got Mark Harris, Bell Bonds, Fight Promotions, Dogtown Ambitions, and Nature's Cure CBD. And I just picked up a new T-shirt printing company tonight. It's gonna hop on board, but I'm not gonna announce until the check gets here.
That was the best. That was the best sponsor shout out to all their sponsors on my show, and it looked like it was rolling credits. So
I've been practicing. I'm
you tilted off a little bit, and at first I thought it was me because I'm smoking that 30% right now, but it wasn't me; it was you. So, Joe, all the people watching tuned in to watch Joe. I hope you stick around and listen to us talk to.
Oh, definitely, man. I'm gonna stay and watch the whole interview, man. Good luck, guys.
All right, man. Joe, we'll see you soon, man. God bless you, brother, and to the wifey and all the Kirks family and everybody
See
else.
you, my brother.
Joe, thanks for being around for Joe and for tuning in tonight. We'll see you guys a little later. Joe's checking out, and we're going to roll forward with my man, the one and only El Bandito, Elvin Leon Brito. Elvin, how's it going down there in Puerto Rico?
Good, man. I've been getting some really, really good training in, man, and I've been feels like we're gonna peak right at the right time, and it's just focusing in, just coming in like a laser and just focusing in, and I feel really good. It's been a lot of just like I had the guys come out here. I had a couple Bare Knuckle guys come out here, and it was really good a boost to the camp, and we all got, it was a little bit different than we all expected it to be, and it was a good growing experience for us. We all fucking grinding and shit, and nobody's wanting to be the last guy, so everybody's pushing, and now I'm wrapping into the last part of my training camp, and we just flying through, just going harder and faster every time, and I'm just ready to go out there and whoop some ass,
I love it. Yeah, you said you had some of the guys come down. So you had Chris Sorrow down there. You had Britton Hart, and of course our man Brandon Lambert. So Mr. Malo, for the Maloholics out there, he was out there in Puerto Rico.
He's out here working, man.
I know. No, listen. I know.
You say all this shit you want about Brandon, man, but like, he came out here. he showed up. He came out here just to help me in my training camp, and he didn't miss one day. He showed up every day, 6 o'clock in the morning, running up that fucking mountain. You know, he's like barely walking anymore. A week and a half in, he always comes in, always getting his work. You know, and he's been coming up, training with us. This is the second time coming over here. You know, and first time came in. You know how boxing gyms are. You know, we're not like martial. It's like a jock. It's like wrestlers. You know, it's like a jock sport. You gotta earn your respect. You know, everybody's like, who the fuck is this dude? You know, but he's been doing really good work, man. And everybody's like, damn, Brandon, he's been looking good. He's been putting in work, and you know, he set his mind to do his thing, and you know, I'm glad for him. You know, he's doing. You know, he's hustling. You know, he's a hustler. He's smarter than you know. He's a fool on the internet, but he's a lot smarter than people give him credit for.
You know, that's what gets me, because some people talk shit to him like he is like just a dumb box of rocks. And, you know, if they did a little research, they would find out, you know, what this guy created outside of all of this, and, you know, the money he's made and the businesses and the things he's done. Brandon is a fucking highly intelligent man, and that's why he was able to fucking run that social media campaign and get himself into BKFC in the first place, because he's an intelligent person. Is he as street smart, you know, when it comes to getting into fights with people? Not so much. Is he experienced as experienced as he tells us he is? We don't know, because there's no proof of prior fights. But the guy has a couple of things going for him. His willingness to step in there and fight, which is something, you know, all these people talking shit, most of them don't have the balls to do. And the fact that he's going out there and training with guys like you and fucking, you know, Sorrow and all these guys, and even King Mo in the last camp, and, you know, he's been doing stuff. And I saw a video of him today throwing hands on the fucking heavy bag. You guys corrected a little problem he had. He was actually throwing the hook right.
You got sparring partners in Puerto Rico. I'm like, you don't understand, bro. This is Puerto Rico. Like, all you gotta do is like fucking pick up a rock. You're gonna get punched. There's boxers everywhere, bro. Like, people know how to box out here. You know, it's like everybody knows how to box. We got really good boxers out here. People are always surprised when they come down here and they see the level of boxing, you know, and the style of boxing that we have out here. You know, for most people, it's a wake up call. Like, holy shit.
People that follow the sport know how incredible Puerto Rico is for, you know, training boxers and world class boxing. I mean, it's like no joke. You know, it's like, you know, people talk about Cuba back in the day, you know, with their boxing, and they've always had great boxing coming out of Cuba. And Puerto Rico's the same thing. You know, maybe it doesn't get as highly touted, but it's no joke, man. I wouldn't want to go train boxing down there, especially if I'm a guy like Brandon Lambert, who doesn't really have anything to prove that I've done anything before. But I'm coming in here. You know, you got to earn it. But man, you know, I'm sure guys want to check your chin, you know, when you're coming in like that. See, something that's as cocky as Brandon. How many guys want to check that motherfucker's chin?
Oh yeah, everybody want to hit him. That's just how it is, you know. And it's how the boxing ring. Everybody want to test you. I mean, when Chris came in, everybody they wanted to test him. You know, everybody they want to test you when you come in. That's how it is in bare knuckle and boxing and you know and everywhere you go. You know, I trained in Pensacola with Roy. I trained in Illinois. I've trained, you know, in Puerto Rico. I've trained a lot of different guys, and you know, the boxing, even though boxing is just punching, it's different styles, different methodology, different approaches everywhere you go. Like, it's drastically different sometimes, the way that people box, you know, and just the hard hitting style, the no nonsense Puerto Rican style that, you know, guys train like professionals, and that's why a lot of the boxers, amateur boxers, they do good, but they have problems winning gold because they fight to knock the other guy out. They don't fight for points, you know. So, but it's that really aggressive, real tough, no nonsense style, and it's great for bare knuckle. And you know, we have our own thing where we built our own style specifically for bare knuckle from the ground up, trying to like kind of overviewing and reviewing everything and revising everything specifically for bare knuckle, you know. But it's been a really awesome experience, man. I said I can't wait for the climax, which is next week on Friday, where we get to show off all the hard work that we've been doing.
Yeah, so you're fighting Brad Kelly. Tell me what you know about Brad and why you signed to fight him.
Well, I signed to fight him because I fight anybody, you know. I couldn't wait to fight again. So like, I want to fight. I'm at a point right now where I won't turn down a fight. I've been fighting the best guys around for years. You know, I've been winning and losing and winning against some of the best guys around and competing and going split decision and having really tough ground out fights. I've been doing that for years. That's just what I do. You know, I have so many fights that are nice. And Brad Kelly, he's a tough guy. You know, I don't know him personally a lot. I have met him before, but I know he's a fighter's fighter. You know, he's a tough dude. I like him. He's a family guy. He works hard, and he always comes to fight. You know, he's a heavy hitting dude. He's a big 165er.
Yeah, he is.
He's a big 165er, and you know, he's a game dude. You know, he's never, you know, every fight he has, he's always game. I don't expect him to lay down for me. No fights are given to me. But I built myself up, like my trajectory as a fighter coming into bare knuckle, and you know, and you know, how I built myself up in this sport, the trajectory that I have. Like, you know, I can't let Brad Kelly stop me, because we're on a path to do great things, and Brad Kelly's the guy that's in my way. You know, we're trying to work to fight for that belt. We might end up having to fight Joe Elmore one day, but like, he's the guy that's in my way right now. I'm fighting him because he's the guy who's in my way right now. For me, it's all business. You know how I always tell you that. Like, I don't really care about fighting. You know, Brad Kelly had thought that I called him on. My manager had posted something on my page, but I don't post on my page mostly. You know, it's other people doing it, and I just want to fight. I love doing this. I don't have to do this. I have my life right now set up in a way where I can focus on fighting, because I kind of, you know, I live my own way over here. I have my own business. I work at home. I got all my own stuff going on at home. So we get up, we train at 6 o'clock in the morning. We come back, we get our work done out of the way. You know, get our work done around the house, work with the animals, rest, go back to the train, and do that over and over again. So we're just always training and doing our thing. I'm like, we're in our own thing over here. Everything's fighting, talking about fighting, thinking about fighting. And then we got other fighters with us, focusing on fighting and getting better and competing against each other. And you know, it's just, it's good, you know, because it's good, because you always have, you want to, when you're training, you got other people that are hungry around you. They're always trying to push past you, trying to go harder than you, you know? So it's good, just that competitive edge as a fighter. You know, I love it. I love the competition. That's why I do it. And like I was saying, a lot of people have their own reason. A lot of fighters feel like they have to do this. You know, I love to do this, you know, and this is part of my what I'm trying to do with my life. This is part of my larger plan. You know, we plan on staying in the fight business. I plan on staying in the fight. I love fighting. I've been doing it for so long. It's like I have a PhD in ass kickery, you know, so like we plan on staying in the fight business forever. But obviously we can't fight forever, so we're building for the future, you know, and this is part of our construction of this big empire that we're trying to build.
I don't know. You might be able to fight. You might be able to fight forever, Elvin. You might be able to fight forever, man. You're that kind of guy. Like, you know, I could picture you being like 64 and taking on some motherfucker in a fucking backyard.
Well, fighting, you know, if I keep fighting the way I've been fighting, that's what I plan on doing. I know how bare knuckle is. Eventually, I'm gonna have that grueling fight when I'm gonna have to fucking dig down and grind. But like, I'm gonna keep trying to make. My plan is to keep making it look easy. You know, I got 4 fights. I'm the kind of guy who always comes out like, yo, and I'm always at the after party, hanging out with everybody. You know, we make it look easy, and because we love doing this, you know, and that's my plan. I'm gonna come out there, and I'm like, damn, this motherfucker makes it look easy, you know, and you know, I just plan on doing, you know, my style, you know.
Yep. Tell me about and we're gonna jump back into your fight minute, but you know, we were talking about Puerto Rico, and then people come down. Tell me something you learned from Britton Hart while she was down there training with you guys.
Well, Britton Hart, you know, I know she's a tough girl, but you know, she's a very hard-working girl. That's one thing we realized. You know, she got up. First of all, she didn't waste no time. She got up the same, you know, the next day. She came and ran up La Pica, which is a really nasty mountain. And she, you know, she's a Virginia girl, so I expected her to, you know, be used to the altitude, you know. But she pushed and stayed with me the whole way up there, you know. And when she was out here sparring with the guys, she was, you know, she's a hard-working girl. She's got, you know, she's a really, really tough. Like, you can't train that, you know. She was going, you know, she was embracing the grind. I did learn, you know, I definitely gained a lot of respect for her. I learned that she does have a heart, and if she puts herself in the right place, she could be championing that. But she obviously, I think for her trajectory, since I think that was the third fight or 4th fight, like, she's gotten better every fight, you know. And I think if she keeps getting better, she will be able to do big things. You know, she's still young.
Yeah, she got a good career ahead of her, and I had her on the show a couple weeks back, and she was down there in Puerto Rico with you guys. So because Chris Sarno video bombed us, Brandon Lambert video bombed us. We didn't see Elvin during that video because Elvin was handling business.
always doing my thing. I'm on business, you know.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know.
I need somebody. I need somebody like to do the social media shit for me. You know, like I'm on business. You know, and like it sucks sometimes because I could be out there polishing myself more. It's just it's not my style, man. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna shot. Friday, you're gonna see. I'm gonna have plenty to say right here. You know, I'm gonna
but
afterwards. You know, and again, we're gonna do another picture right afterwards. Yep, you're gonna see every time. That's how you do it. One day I'm gonna be like, I'm all fucked up, but he's gonna have to work real fucking hard to make it that day next Friday.
That's crazy. You said you've been doing this a long time. Winning and losing fights.
Yeah.
What fight in your career sticks in you the most as a loss? Like, is there one fight out there? I mean, obviously, all the losses suck. I mean, let's just put that out there. Losing sucks. But is there one in particular that you really just you sit back and you go, fuck, I really hate that one?
When I was out, I feel like my last 3 fights, Island fights, you were some of them. I felt like I always kept getting short-ended on the decisions. Obviously, the promoters, nobody has any power over it or anything. You know what I'm saying? But I remember how pissed off I was after the Jacob Kilburn fight. And Jacob Kilburn's a cool dude. I got a lot of respect for him. But like when we fought, like I dropped him in the first round with punches. And then in the last round, I like bloodied him up, and he was all bloody in the last round. And the fight ended. I'm like raising my hand. We're partying. It's not the first time this happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the first time when I fought Max, I was the same way after the fight. I'm clean. I'm chilling. He's bleeding all over the fucking place. I'm like, oh yeah, we're done. You know what I'm saying? And but that one really bothered me because I was 30-27 on all the cards. I'm like, how the hell am I 30-27 if he's all fucked up and I've dropped his ass? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so like, and it wasn't really any. I remember me fucking cursing at the judges. And I'm usually really professional. I'm like, boy, you can see the fight. I'm pointing at the judges and calling them stupid and calling them tough and things. I never got suspended.
I remember.
Even the commissioner, the guy that was there, the director, he let it slide because it was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It was bullshit. Usually I expected to get suspended, but they were cool with it because it was bullshit. They got so many complaints. They never did anything about it, and I felt like I got cheated. It wasn't the only time that I felt cheated. I feel like I've been cheated a lot of decisions in my life. It's part of El Bandito's always getting robbed. It's like the irony. You know what I said? But that one really pissed me off because we worked really hard, and me and my coach, we worked really hard for that. He took that loss really, really hard, probably worse than me because it was, it was like, dude, like, we were all celebrating after the fight. It's like, man, Elvin did what he was supposed to do. We're all cheering. It was like, that was perfect, and they were like, dude, like, that was very disappointing for me. I said, I don't, marinate on that shit too much. I got so much shit. I got so much in the future, so many things planned, so many things ahead of me, so many things on my plate. Somebody's like, hey, would you fight for the UFC or Bellator or Combate? Like, I'm like, oh, I've turned Combate and Bellator down a couple times, but like even the UFC right now, like, dude, I got shit to do, man. I'm busy. Yeah. Like I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I don't work for anybody. I don't have to work for anybody. I'm accountable.
I work for you.
But my wife, my kids, and my coach, but in that order. But like, I don't want to be subject or chained down to anything, and I love doing what I do. I love bare knuckle. You see me fighting. I love doing this shit.
Bro.
And I'm all cool and fun and games, but when it's time comes time to fight, it's no mercy, man. We come to bring it.
Like Karate Kid, the original. No mercy. Mercy's for the weak. Blah 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 blah. But that's how you have to be in this.
Oh, that's how you have to be. And it was funny because me and Britton Hart were talking after training. We were just fighting, training, and talking about training. And she's like, oh, I remember she was hurting this girl, and like the ref wouldn't stop it, and I didn't want to hit her no more. I'm like, you need to stop that shit. You need to get over yourself. You hurt him. You don't want to hurt him no more. Put him out of their misery. You know what I'm saying? Like,
stop fighting.
Out. That's
if your mentality is I don't want to hurt him anymore, then you should just hang up your gloves or step out of hang up your hand wrap because that's how you get hurt.
If I get to the point where I don't want to hurt you anymore, I'm going for the throat. I'm gonna take your ass out. it's gonna be a mercy kill. I'm not gonna waste no time beating you around like a cat. I'm not a cat, you know. If it's time to eat, I'm gonna eat you up and ready to go to the next one, you know.
If you let up, you're going to be the one that's laying at the end of the fight. You can't let up. Once it starts,
you can't give them hope. I'm not gonna. I'm in there and I'm give them hope. I'm in there to frustrate people. I have a frustrating style. I pride myself in how frustrating I was. My last couple training sessions I've had, people just want to take the gloves and bite me and fucking kick me because I'm just fucking stressing the shit out of everybody, you know. And no reward, nothing, you know. So I'm ready to just go there and take it, you know.
Yeah, I know, dude. And when I asked you about the fight that bothered you the most, I know you're that guy that doesn't dwell on it. You might be pissed for a couple of days and then you move on because you're naturally going to be upset, but I know you don't hold on to it. What about victories? Is there one victory that stands out to you above all the rest?
Man, I enjoy all the victories, you know. And it's funny because one that I really enjoyed was right here in Puerto Rico. I fought in my hometown. I got my arm broken first round fighting for the #1 spot of the Caribbean. I was 6-0 at the time, and I pushed all the way through, and I won the decision. And everybody was shocked when they saw me with a cast all the way up to my shoulder the next day because they were like, "How the hell did you win with a broken arm?" But that was a great fight. But to me, like the most memorable fight I really enjoyed wasn't even an MMA fight. It was a kickboxing. It was my one and only pro kickboxing fight that I ever had. It was Team Puerto Rico versus Team the USA and Ponce Hilton. And we had a whole bunch of like pro kickboxing guys come out and they were just fucking beating the shit out of everybody. And it was just like, I think I was like the 7th or 8th fight, and every fight before mine was just devastation. Bam, bam, bam. This guy's just getting murdered out there. And then, I came out, Team Puerto Rico all dressed up and I think, and one of the guys comes up and he's like, Elvin, he's like, it's on you to represent, And then we came out there, man. This guy was like, I have no kickboxing experience. There's special rules. So you always have to adjust to the rule sets. You have to kick a certain amount of time and stuff like that. But like, I came out there and just grinded the hell out of this freaking just kickboxing. They were so mad because they're like, "That's not kickboxing." I'm like, "That should beat the shit out of your guy." Took his belt, turned the tides, and then Puerto Rico was winning for the rest of the night. It was a really awesome
fight. Brother.
It was a good.
I said, amen. You got to win for the island, bro.
Yeah, eyes,
All right. So, standing by to join us right now, I believe you said you haven't met him face to face yet. So, he's my next guest. He's coming in right now. He's heading off to some training. So, I figured I'll make the introduction right here, live on the show. Why the hell not? So, Elvin, Brito, please meet Mr. Brad Kelly. Brad, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, brother?
I've met Brad Kelly in person before.
You did?
What's up, brother? I met Brad Kelly in person before.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't.
He's a cool dude, man. He's a family guy, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we cool with each other.
I haven't really hung out with him. We haven't, talked and conversated and stuff like that. I don't know him. I just high and by type stuff, and from what I've seen and from what I've heard of him. A lot of guys a lot of guys know him. He's a well-known guy. He's a fighter's fighter, But guys that are fighters, fighters love to watch fight. He's one of those guys that he's a fighter, fighter, and we love guys like that, bangs and I'm
gonna set this down for a minute.
What Brad had.
So everybody, thanks for tuning in. You're watching KHR Christopher James. We are live tonight from the KHR Christopher James studio. We're going deep on Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship BKFC 16. We opened up with Joe Elmore, the Hitman 187. He was in first. Now we're talking with Elvin, Brito, El Bandito, and Brad Kelly, who's going to be fighting Elvin Brito on the 19th of this month. It's like it's coming up real quick. So Elvin said he's going to kick your ass, just so Brad. Elvin told us earlier he's just going to kick your ass, just so you know. Of course, which is hard to say. But before I let Elvin get out of here, is there anything you want to say to Elvin tonight and vice versa?
No,
by
man,
the way,
just,
you stand by, brother.
Do it now.
Yeah, you guys go ahead, talk to each other. My boy Tyler Diamond's in the green room. I'm just telling him I see him there. I'm told him to stand by for a second.
No, man, just train hard and have a good fight. I look forward to it. So it's gonna be a good fight. I always come to fight. You come to fight with Odan and put on a good show.
There you go. What about you, Elvin? What do you got?
For sure. Yeah, well, Brad, you know, Brad's a tough dude, man. I'm looking forward to this fight, man. I'm gonna, you know, we've been training hard. I know you train hard, so I'll see you. I'll see you on next Friday.
Yep. Sounds good, man.
Everybody
I'll
be
say you
very
Thursday
quiet.
first, the weigh-ins. And
Everybody be very quiet for a
That's
second.
it.
Don't talk. Listen to the nature behind Elvin in Puerto Rico. Just shh.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Shh. You
That's
just
it.
fucking
I
up
run
by
up this
laughing, bro.
thing
Stop
every day.
laughing. Dude, I'm gonna kick your ass if you don't shut the fuck up, dude. Well, listen, Elvin, you enjoy sleeping in that beautiful paradise tonight, man. I wish you the best in your upcoming fight. We'll see you when you get stateside. I think I'm going to be there. I'm not 100% sure. I might have to work something else that night, so I'm hoping to be there, but we'll see. But anyway, safe travels to you getting stateside, brother. God bless you and your family, and we'll talk again real soon.
I see you, brother. Take it easy.
Later,
Take
man.
it easy, brother. I'll see you there.
Mr. Benzino is now leaving the building. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Brad Kelly. Brad Kelly is here with us. And Brad, because you had messaged me and said you couldn't make it in time, and then I messaged you and said I switched the time, and then you just showed up. I have my other guest who's going to come on at the end of the show. He's going to join us now. We're going to make this a little three-way fun. We're going to go bare knuckle and MMA, and this is awesome. So with me right now, we have Brad Kelly, who's fighting Elvin Brito on the 19th at BKFC 16 in Biloxi. And joining us on the show, he's a new dad, and he's got the fucking kicking hairdo, bro. I'm seeing the twirl out your hat, rad dad. He's got his you got your food company, right? You're still doing all the food stuff, you and your family,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
so new dad, the food company business, the meal nutrition business, and he's making his debut with PFL in April, which I'm excited about. So let's welcome the man himself, Tyler Diamond, to the show. Mr. Diamond, what's up, brother?
Thanks, dude. Man, nothing much. Just same old same. Just training hard and living life.
So Tyler, this is Brad, and Brad, this is Tyler. Brad's
What's up,
fighting.
my
What's up,
brother?
dude? What's up, man?
Tyler fought Ultimate Fighter, Ultimate Fighter House, and should have been in the UFC, but fucking people suck over there sometimes. That's all right though.
Yeah.
Because things happen for a reason. Now Tyler's going to fight for $1 million this year, which is
Nice.
probably more money than he would have made if he had spent all this time in the UFC. He can make it in 6 months, which is pretty dope. So let me ask Brad this. Brad, so you're fighting Elvin. I know I'm not going to keep you long because I know you're at the gym and you want to go train with Jason and everybody. So I'm only going to keep you for a couple minutes. But you got this big fight coming up with Elvin. Elvin's a big name in BKFC. He's been around. He's fought some of the best. He said at the beginning of the interview, I won some, I lost some, but I'm kicking Brad's ass. That's what he's supposed to say. How important is it for you to go out there and get the win against a guy who's been there, done that, been around this thing for longer than you? But he also knows that you're a fighter's fighter, so you're coming to fight. But what does it mean to you to get a fight with the guy at his level? Because he's, a win for him puts him in that title picture.
That's right. It's always important to get the win, no matter who I'm fighting. How's my audio? Am I good or no?
Hear you?
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah. I mean, fighting the number 2 guy in the world. I mean, that means I'm a baby in the sport. I've only had one fight in. I feel like I got my feet wet the first time. I'm gonna be a totally different fighter this time, though. I mean, I know Elvin's a tough guy. He brings it. I'll bring it. We can have a hell of a show.
Yeah. How excited were you to get the booking at this fight out in Mississippi right there? So it's a nice place to be. You know what I'm saying? Biloxi is a good, fun place to fight, man. So I know for you, you're not too far out of there, right? So
yeah, I mean, I'm in Biloxi right now, but I'm trying to fight outside of Biloxi. I've been fighting in Mississippi for 13 years, man. I'm tired of fighting in Mississippi.
Hey, man, if the paychecks keep coming in and you don't have to travel all the time, and because Biloxi is going to be a big part of BKFC forever and ever. So
yeah,
BKFC is going to be there. Going to be in Florida. When the world opens up, they'll take the show on the other roads and do stuff. But Biloxi and Florida are like mainstays. They're always going to be part of the program. So love it, dude.
Yeah.
You've been You know what's up. Mississippi's a fun place to fight, son. So,
Yeah,
what's your goal for this? Are you staying in bare knuckle? Are you going to go to boxing? Are you doing some MMA? What do we got going on here?
man. As long as the money's right, I'm gonna stay in bare knuckle. I mean, I love MMA. I like kicking and kneeing and elbowing and all that good shit. But I don't know if the money's right, I'm good here.
Tyler, what about you, man? You think these guys that do this bare knuckle thing are crazy? Would you do bare knuckle ever if the offer came across the table and the money was right?
I mean, the money would have to be really good. It's not something that interests me, to be honest. Like that's savagery. Like that's nuts, man.
You watch it?
Yeah, I watch it, and all I can think is like, I can't believe these guys do this. I would hate to have my inability to take these fools down and make the fight a lot easier.
Right.
And just with the bare knuckle thing, like, gosh dang, that's a whole nother level of savagery to me.
What do you think of women that do this? Like, Paige Van Zandt came over and did it. Beck Rawlings, some of the other girls. People still can't get used to the idea of women doing MMA. Now, here these girls are. They're taking that shit to a whole other level because, like you said, bare knuckle is another level. It's another crazy fucking sport, but it's the purest form of combat I think that is legally allowed at this point because it's just you and your knuckles and let's go. May the best person win. But what do you think when you see a girl like Paige, going in there and going, all right, I'm bare knuckle now?
Bro, it's wild to me. They're more manly than me, I guess. It's not something that would get me super excited, to be honest. But I mean, at the end of the day, when you think about it, like, we don't have pads on our shins or our knees or our elbows. So I mean, when it comes down to it, it's a fight, and I think that, I think if the money was right, I would do it. But just being like from an outside perspective, and you're just like, holy crap, these people are nuts.
And Brad just had his first bare knuckle fight recently. And his old lady, his girl, Audra, she came to a BKF tryout, and she is going to fight now as well. So he's not just crazy;
Oof.
he's even crazier.
Yeah, I feel like she hits just as hard as I do, though.
What's that, Brad?
I said I feel like she hits just as hard as I do.
Well, I don't know what to say to that. Make sure.
No, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying she is hard. She is hard.
Make sure you put your dishes in the sink. I guess that's what we say to a guy that his wife hits as hard as he does. Yeah, you better behave, young man.
Yeah. I mean, I teach her how to throw a punch, so she better be able to.
Yeah, she might fuck you up. It's fucked up when you got a girl that can fight and you piss her off and you go to sleep next to that girl.
She won't wait till I'm asleep.
That's scary. Scarier than a fight, I think. Fucking having a girl that can kick your ass in the house. I would never go to sleep. I'd be like, but listen, man, I know you got Jason Knight and Brandon Michael Davis waiting. I don't want to keep them waiting. Those guys are good guys. I know you had to drive out there to go do that. I want to thank you for taking a couple to join us tonight, man. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll set up another interview maybe during fight week where we get a little more in depth with you. And get yourself a better picture for me so I don't have to put you up there like Doctor. Although I did think Dr. Brad Kelly sounds pretty good, bro.
Because I'm gonna run a clinic on people in this 165 division.
Yeah, I'm running a clinic on the surgical striker. That's what you tell him, bro. Because there was somebody else said. Tell
All right,
Audra,
have a good one.
Tell Audra said hello, and as soon as she gets rebooked, we'll get her on the show as well. I promised her I would, and I will, but they canceled her fight, those bastards. So enjoy the training with Jason. Oh, and tell Jason I said congratulations on the win at Icon, man. I got to watch it. I haven't got to talk to him since. So be well, have fun training. Go work up a sweat, man, and get ready for this big fight you got coming up, and we'll see you soon.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right, brother. Be well. All right, and we are with Tyler Diamond now exclusively on the KTAL Christopher James Show. Yeah, dude, it was so funny when you messaged me today and said, hey, well, this is so MMA, which I found to be amusing when you said it that way because that's what it is. Every time I do a show, there's always something that pops up where somebody has on it. So, just the way it works. So you messaged me, we said, all right, we'll have you come on at 10. And I was like, great, that works. And then he messages me 10 minutes before the show starts. He goes, hey, listen, man, I forgot. I'm supposed to be training with Jason Knight and Brandon Michael Davis at the same time. I forgot the time zone is different because I'm in Mississippi. And he goes, can you switch everything around? And I'm like, dude, you're hitting me up 10 minutes before the show starts. I can't do anything, But then I messaged you. I took a shot. I took a flyer. I said, all right, well, maybe Tyler will be able to come on at 9. And then I can just move Brad to 10. So I messaged him and told him I moved everything. I guess he didn't get the message because he popped out. I was like, well, fuck it. When he pops in, we'll say hello. And he's only goes down for a minute. Anyway, so it all works out. That's how the universe
For sure.
is, man. All right. So last time I talked to you, you were telling me about doing the nutrition business. You were telling me you hadn't really had a solid commitment for where you were going with the fight career yet. And then the news about PFL broke. And then, the baby came and all this stuff that, and your hair grew out really long, dude. I'm telling you, dude, everything's going. I mean, you can give it a little hair flip if you want to. One of those.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there it is right there, man. The diamond flip right there, man. You guys saw it first right here on Cage of Christopher James. So life has really been moving quickly for you. So get us caught up on a little bit of all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like personal, the business stuff, and then we'll get into the fight part at the end because that's going to be the meat and potatoes of all this anyway.
Yeah, so I believe I talked to you after my last fight, and that's still been my last fight because I didn't fight at all in 2020. Shortly after I signed with PFL, which I was looking for a home where I could get paid what I was worth, and I'm done fighting for pennies on local shows, and I'm too talented to be fighting on local shows. So I'm with a good management company with Jason House and Iridium, and I said, hey, look, let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. Let's get with a good organization. The UFC kind of shit the bed, to be honest, but if they have a short notice opportunity, I'll take it. If PFL signing, I'll go there, whatever. PFL was my number one, though, in terms of how much money I could potentially make there. So I was hounding him about that. And sure enough, PFL was all interested, sent me a contract. I quickly signed it, but then bam, pandemic happens. I don't fight in 2020, but silver lining is I get to fully focus on my business, and I took the business to great heights, and we're doing super well. And yeah, now I'm in full swing of fight camp, getting ready for this season on PFL.
What about the baby, bro? You skipped over the whole baby thing.
I guess I skipped over the baby, but I'm just so used to the baby being integrated in the life now. But yeah, baby came in December, and I'll tell you what, that was quite the adjustment for the first month. But now I can't even imagine him not being here. And so baby's doing well. He's in the 90th percentile for height, which I brag to everybody because I'm only 5'7". So I'm like, just keep growing. And so there's hope. I joke to my wife all the time, the only reason why I married you is because I knew I'd get some height in the gene pool because her whole family is super tall. So I need to get some height. So hopefully, I think there's hope that my son will end up being taller than me. So I'm happy about that.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, you don't want the little fella to be a little fella his whole life, I guess. So
No.
And I get that, man. So it's just funny, dude, that you tell your wife, hey, I married you because I wanted the good height genes, and now your kid is like one of the tallest, babies on the planet.
For sure.
I love it, baby. Is he already knee high to you or something?
Yeah, he's already up to my hip. He's already damn near walking, and he's only 3 months.
That's awesome, man. So that means 8 months, he'll be 11 months old, and he'll be able to go and get a job because he's just as tall as dad at that point.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Although if he's it might ruin, getting the free kids meal. So maybe we'll keep him a little small. We don't want to ruin
we'll see. But yeah, that's going great. Being a dad has been awesome. So it's been quite the adjustment. I mean, fight camp's always hard, and it's a little extra hard now, especially because we're up there in the Orville and Paradise area, and I train down here in Sacramento. So I'm kind of away from them during the week a little bit. So that's kind of difficult. But when I'm there, I'm all hands on deck, and I got to give her a break from him. So.
You got to give her a break. It's not like you mind giving the break. I'm guessing for you being dad, it's just fun hanging out with the little dude. I know he can't talk yet and all that stuff, but you can communicate with him. And
totally.
You don't have to talk, and that's awesome, man. I'm very happy for you, man. I've seen some of the pictures you post up and little things. I always go, man, that's dope, man. That's how I feel about my grandson right now too, and I can't imagine life without that little dude in it. It's crazy how much he means to me, and and he's just my grandson. He's not even my son. If I had a son right now, oh my God, man, I'd have to quit my job and just, tell my wife because I'm going to sit at home and do fighter interviews and play with my son. And that would be the
Totally.
ultimate for me, So, but what's been the biggest adjustment for you? Has it been the sleep schedule with the baby? Where you're not getting enough rest, at the beginning of it?
You know what? He's actually like the best sleeping baby ever. He only wakes up twice during the night. And my wife's the real MVP and usually takes care of it now that I'm in fight camp. But the biggest adjustment has just been not being able to do things on the fly, not just be able to like have an opportunity and go like within 5 minutes, be out the door. Now everything's just way planned ahead of time. That's just really been the biggest adjustment for me.
That's what stopped my wife and I, because I'm 52, but we've been together almost 8 years, and we were going to have a baby. But then I thought about that. I just like, man, I've been like, locked into life for a whole time, and the whole, we have her daughter and we have the baby. I was like, you know what? No babies, no pets. Because when I want to get up off the couch and I got nothing else to do, and you've got nothing else to do, I want to get in the car and drive around the whole state of Florida just to look at pretty shit. I want to be able to do that. I don't have to worry about putting the dog in the pound. I don't want a dog in my car.
Yep.
Top of the baby, it's too much. So I was like, I'm getting old. I've had some health issues. I've died a few times along the way. So I'm like, I want to enjoy, and that's real. So now it's like, and because we married so late in life, I want to enjoy every day with her and make every day a memorable one. So that's
Awesome.
where my head's at. So I'm just like, we live our life, the way it is. We don't have anything locking us down except, jobs that, we have plenty of days off that we get. Sometimes I go do announcing for fights. So that's like a little mini vacay for her. She comes and she's like my personal assistant, makes me feel special. She goes out and gets all the fight information. I just sit back and go, like I'm a star. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel good about me. But she's all in life, like your wife. Your wife is all in the life you live. And she has to be, especially if you're a pro fighter, because it takes you around the world, and it's going to take you away from home. Even when it's not fight week, you're still away from home. You got to go train and do all this stuff. So with any fight spouse, male or female, that's all in on their spouse's career. Those are like the greatest people on the planet, because
100%.
they take on something that a lot of people wouldn't be willing, and they're like, fuck yeah, man, go do your thing, babe. I got this,
Yep.
and that's going to make your life easy, I mean, don't take advantage of it.
No, and that's why when I am available, I do everything I can to help her out, because she's the real MVP. She takes great care of our son. I have nothing to worry about when I'm down here training, and it's great. Having the right person is really special. So it's been awesome.
Yeah. So all right. So now let's get back in. Now we got the family and that's business stuff. With your business, it's a meal prep, correct?
Correct.
So I remember when you first told me about it, you were talking about possibly taking it, where you can ship it around the country. Correct. And everything. And for you guys that don't know, it's a Diamond Dash Meal Prep and Delivery Service. I don't think they're going to deliver to me in Florida on a daily, although that'd be pretty fucking dope. If Russ builds that Hyperloop, it could be a possibility,
Totally.
So have you been able to first tell everybody a little bit about the Diamond Dash Meal Prep, and then let us know the progress. Where you at? Are you ready to ship, around the country where we can still get fresh meals? Because that would be epic.
Yeah, it really would. So logistically, there's a lot of hoops to jump through when it comes to being able to ship food, and we're not there yet. And the reason being is I wanted to I had a naive perspective as far as the steps that could be taken to get there. And I probably wanted to go to step 10 when we were on step 3. So right now we're still focused on just nailing our local area down. And I would say that we have it nailed down pretty good. I mean, we make upwards of 600 to 700 meals a week. So we do really well, but right now with my time constraint in fight camp, I can only dedicate so much time to the business. And so logistically, we're just still staying local, trying to get our local market nailed down. And along the way, we'll graduate to where we can start shipping. until then, man, I got a lot of stuff. I got to buy a cryovac machine, and I got to go with I got to send the food to like go get tested to have all the nutrition facts and all that. So we're still a little ways out from that, but I'm content with it. I have a great crew in place. I have awesome employees that do a great job, and so yeah, the business is doing great, but we're not quite there yet.
Yeah, well, I hope you get there. Do you think the pandemic has helped your business a little bit?
No, it actually hindered the business because
I know some
meal
prep and stuff have benefited because people didn't want to go out; they were afraid, and that good nutritional meals are hard to come by. Going through
yeah,
instant,
so
normal
yeah,
grocery
so
store, you provide a big service.
so yeah, it actually hurt us, and the reason why it hurt us is because meal preps are great for people that are busy, and people went from being busy to being at home, not very busy, and the people that were still afraid to go out typically were older people that don't really have that social media presence that we can't reach, and a lot of those older folks don't know how to use technology or the internet very well, and all of our stuff is internet sales.
Right.
We do everything online ahead of time, and that's really hard for some old people to figure out. So
I'm one of those old
yeah.
people. Careful, young man.
No, you're not old. You're not one of those old people I'm referring to. But so
No,
yeah,
I know.
I would say overall the pandemic hurt us a little bit, but we still did fine. We still made plenty of money and did our thing, so everything's good.
You got the roof over your head, bills are paid.
Yep.
You
Well,
don't have to.
yeah.
You don't have to become rich. You just have to make sure that if you become rich along the way, that's great. But as long as the basics are taken care of, your family, you got clothes and food and heat, and gas in the car.
True.
Although you might have to become a millionaire pretty soon to put gas in your car, because it just keeps going up. But you're taking care of business, dude. You're handling life, and now you're gonna fight again, dude. And you're fighting on April 23rd. You're
Correct.
taking on Sung Big Joe.
Correct.
PFL, that's your debut guy. 11. I think he's 11-1. Is he 11-1 or no? You're 11-1. He's 9-1.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, my brain. Sometimes I just have stats in my head and I gotta like unravel them, and sometimes they get jumbled.
I didn't even know what his record was, to be honest. So no worries.
Well, now you know he's 9-1.
Okay.
And here now I'm going to pull up a sheet on him. So last fight was he lost to Daniel Tamer in the UFC on UFC ESPN 11 in 2019, and then his other fights have all been overseas. He is 9-1, like I said. How did he win these fights? Let's see. So he's got a win here with knees and punches in round 4 of about. Win by punches, win by triangle, win by armbar, win by KO, win by punches, rear naked win, referee stoppage for him, punches, and rear naked choke. The one loss was to Timur, and he lost by unanimous decision. I don't know a lot of the guys he's fought because I don't follow these promotions, but all the guys seem to have similar records that he did as they were coming up. He fought one guy that was 20-9. When he was 7-0, he fought another guy that was 8 or 7-4 when he was 8-0. So he fought at his debut. He fought a guy that was 0-0 as well, and then his next fight he fought a guy that was 3-15. Second fight though, I can respect a guy that's 18 fights in. You're fighting him with So obviously he was brought in to do his thing, but.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've had to fight 2 trash cans as well, but man, 3-15, that's rough.
But he was 1-0 at the time, so I mean, it's not like
No, I'm saying it's rough for the other guy. I can't believe he fought 18 times with 3. You know what I mean? Like that guy that's the ultimate warrior right there. He has no quit in him. Yeah,
I can't remember. There was some guy, man. He used to pop up on my Facebook and even back on my MySpace when I had one of those. And back then he had like a record of like 0-53 in MMA. And he would fight every weekend, sometimes twice, He was just one of those guys. He didn't care about the win or the loss. What he enjoyed was going in there and engaging in combat, even though he never won. He still,
Bro,
you
that's
know,
wild.
it's crazy, but there's almost a little piece of me that understands that, this was probably the one thing in life that this guy got to do every weekend, whether he won or lost. It wasn't about that because maybe just his regular life was just such a shit show. This is where you can just, try to let it all out, and even if he loses. I remember watching him on a fight at a local regional show here in Florida, and I was at a fight that he was at, dude. He got his ass handed to him in like a round and a half, dude. I mean, just beat from pillar to post, fucking up and down. He did sink in a fucking rear naked on the cat, and I thought he was actually going to beat the guy, but the guy fucking got out. He had him in that rear naked though for about a good 15 seconds, and then he lost the choke, and that was it. It was all over. And he got handled hard. But he likes to fight, I guess, or he likes to get his ass kicked. Maybe that's what it is. He likes to lose. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I kind of understand though. It's just something in him that he doesn't care about the win or loss. So he's not in it for the same goal as you. You're out there to win and make the big money. So since you don't really know a lot about this guy, what do you do? Are you gonna look up the film moment and check him out?
No, I
are you
mean,
just gonna be like,
I know a lot in regards to how he fights because I watched that, but I don't know like what team he's on, or I didn't know what his record was exactly. Like I don't know stuff like that. But as far as like I've watched his recent fights, and I don't know. I think I match up well against everybody, but I think I match up especially good with him. And I'm excited for it. I mean, when PFL first announced the roster, I'm like, damn, like everyone is super good.
yeah.
And you can't pick who you fight. Like they choose, and that's who you're fighting. So I had in my head like, hey, everyone I fight is gonna be tough, and it doesn't matter. And that's the point I'm at now. So bring it on, whoever it is. And it just so happened to be this guy. So
the good thing about
we're in business.
The good thing about this tournament format too is once it starts, you can almost know who you're going to fight. As long as you win your side, you'll know it's going to be one or two guys coming through, and it makes it really easy for you to kind of train. The fact that they don't allow the elbows early in the series because they want you to continue on because you're going to have to fight a lot. I like it. I like the whole system of it. I like the fact that you guys can make over $1 million in a season if you win all the way through. Depending on who you are, you're getting paid for this, and then you get some per diem stuff, I believe. So you could, if you win the whole thing, you should be making like, $1.3 million roughly is what I, guesstimated for most of the people that go through there because of what they pay you to be there and the fights you have along the way. So not a bad fucking piece of fucking money for 6 months of work where you normally have to be in the UFC for 10, 12 fights and win a few bonuses, so unless you become a megastar, who everybody doesn't become the megastar. So I'm happy for you, dude. I think you're going to go over there and, when you start winning, and I'm just telling you, I believe you're going to start winning over there. And I think the people at the UFC are going to look back and go, maybe we should have signed this guy. Because now if you win this tournament, and you don't re-sign to go back for another million, and the UFC comes knocking, now what they would have paid you to get there when they first had you, their fee just went up, and that's what's going to happen.
Big time.
I see it, dude. I see you being able to get that one day from them, and then probably saying, "No, I'm going to stay with PFL. They took good care of me." I think that would be something that you would crow about. I think you would be happy. You got to stick it to them.
Yeah. A few people have asked me like,
Tyler, hang on one second.
Yeah,
hey Reggie,
people have asked me like, "Hey, when you win this tournament, you would go back."
See you. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tyler. I just want to let my next guest here. He's standing. I had to let him know. We were here.
Yeah, it's all good. No, but a few people have, said, hey, when you win this tournament, you're going to go back to the UFC. And it's like, man, I don't know. I mean, why would I? The money I'm in this for the money. I'm not in it for fame or this and that. Like at the end of the day, I'm trying to make as much money in a small window as I can. You got to be realistic. You can't fight forever. So I'm trying to get in, make my money, and get out, and have some good memories along the way. And gosh dang, that's what I'm trying to do. So I think PFL is home for me, but you never know what the future may hold. So who knows? MMA is crazy.
Yeah, MMA is definitely crazy, and those that partake in it have a little crazy in them as well. It's what makes it go around real good, and it's good. There's a bunch of crazy people that all get involved in the same thing. The MMA community and the combat sports community overall, just a cool place to be part of, man. It's like
Absolutely.
we have a little world inside this world that we can kind of shut all this other bullshit out. Hey, man, so you can see that fucking fight? Yeah, you see, fuck it, man. Just enjoy the life and live it.
For sure.
The best every day. Doesn't matter who's running shit up at the top. Take care of yours on a daily. You're good. So
that's right.
With that being said, my friend, I'm going to let you jump out of here. Thank you for adjusting the time. I know it was crazy. First, we were
totally.
going to have you. I'm happy to have you on. I'm so happy for the business success, the baby success, this new chapter for you starting with PFL. I think a lot of people are going to have their eyes opened up, and they're going to be like, the question will be popping out there, once you start fighting over there. How come the UFC didn't sign this kid when they fucking had the chance to? That's what's going to come out there, dude. And you know what? That's something that you should enjoy those comments when they come out, because people are gonna see, and I already know what we're gonna see. I'm stoked. I can't wait to see you jump in there at PFL and set the world afire, young man.
Hell yeah! Thanks a lot, Chris. It was good talking to you, and maybe we'll chat soon.
Absolutely, brother. We'll definitely get you on again soon, man. Be well, stay safe, and again, man, congratulations on all the success and stuff, with the baby and the wife and the good life. You're doing it right, man. That's what a man does, man. So respect for all of it, bro.
Thanks, my brother. You have a good one.
All right, man. You too, bro. Boom, 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 boom. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the man, Tyler Diamond, making his debut with PFL on the 23rd of April. And this man right here, he's been killing it with BKFC since day one. He is the man himself. They call him Easy. I call him Easy E.
I'm live now. Thank you.
But I am here with our man, BKFC title contender in the fucking wing. Reggie, what's up?
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm happy to be alive today, man. What about you?
I'm good, man. I'm ready to go, dude. Next week can't get here soon enough. I'm tired of training. I'm ready to fight.
That's why I wanted to get you this week, because I had a feeling that was how you were going to start out the interview when I said, you're like, I don't even got to ask you a question. You're like, I'm ready to go. You fight tonight. I've been around you enough and talked to you enough and seen you. I know you're ready, man. Like, you've been ready. And there's something you want at the end. You want the belt. You want to go out there and take that belt. And I know how driven you are by it, man. I mean, everybody's driven to be a champion, but your drive really inspires me more than anybody else can possibly do, because you're relentless in your pursuit of what you want.
Yeah, man. I know what the goal is. We have our eyes locked and loaded. Chop's just another person in the way of accomplishing that goal. So I'm going to go out there and put on another best performance of my life every time I go out there. I'm out there to perform, to fight, and to leave it all in that squared circle, man. I don't even really care about the belt right now. I'm building a legacy of this right here, being the GOAT. You see that?
All time.
You know what I'm saying? So anybody they put in my way, I'm going to beat up decisively so I can continue to build that legacy. That's what it's really about.
So give me your thoughts on the title fight, how it broke down, before we jump into where you're going now with your Johnny and Dat. Did that go the way you expected it to?
Yes and no. And it was a good fight. Dat had a smart plan. He went out there and met Johnny at his own game, and then when it didn't work, he stepped back and outboxed in the last couple of rounds. And that was the way to beat him. He pulled it out. I honestly felt like it was a draw and it should have went to a sudden death round. But at the end of the day, Johnny knows I love and respect him to death, but that winning plays out in my favor. It's just a better route for me to go as far as solidifying my greatness in this sport and becoming the first champion, because we still don't have a champion at 135. What we have is two belt holders. We've had two belt holders. Johnny was a belt holder, won the tournament, couldn't successfully defend it. And now we have Dat, who's the belt holder, and he'll have to defend it eventually. Like I said, though, we'll cross that bridge when it gets there. and they're talking about a rematch at 145. That's cool. I'm a 135-pound fighter, so I could care less what they do at 145. But don't be half-stepping with my belts. If you are not going to stay, then give us other guys, because there are plenty of other great fighters at 135, the opportunity to, step up and be the first actual champion of the weight class. Because in order to be called a champion, you have to win the belts and defend the belts. There's only 2 champions in the BKFC, Joey Beltran and Luis Palomino. And then we have Dat, who's the belt holder. So.
Okay. So I'm glad you said that, because I want to know your and and that makes sense to me. For the most part, I mean, we're so used to calling somebody a champion when they win a title. So it's yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying. That's the way it's always been brought up. It's not anybody's fault. You can't get mad at people about it. But I understand exactly what you mean by it, because until you defend it, what have you done? You won it.
Yeah, you could be any given Saturday, any given Friday. That's cool. You could win it, but you don't solidify actually being the champion until you can prove that you can keep that bitch. Excuse my language. And so you have to, and unfortunately, Johnny, I was rooting for him, and before he even walked out there, I told him, I said, bro, we fought through that whole fucking tournament. Go out there and keep what's yours, dog. He came out there on the upside of it, and he wasn't able to. So the belt holder now, in order to prove that he's really a champion, he'll have to defend it. And I'm going to solidify my right to be the next person to challenge him. They're like, oh, you got to beat this person. You got to beat that person. This excuse, that excuse, whatever. I don't even care. I came in this sport to be a fighter and to be one of the best fighters in the sport. It's not even about holding on to a belt. My name makes noise anytime you put it on a card, because they know that I'm coming to fight, that I'm coming to, oh, shit. Easy's on the card. It's going to be a fight. I got to tune in. And that's what I really want. I'm cool with that, because I get to continue to promote this sport and see it grow and go out there and live my dream.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're saying you're not as focused on the belt, and you want to build that legacy along this way. And I totally respect that. And I know the belt is still a vision in your eyes.
It'll come eventually. I mean, I'm enjoying the ride.
What made that change? Because there was a point where you were angling hard for the belt, and now you seem to have refocused your energy in a different direction. Not saying that you're not focused on the belt, because I believe you are 100% in your heart. But what brought about the change for you? What was there a moment that happened that you just said, man, maybe I'm putting too much on myself to fucking just focus on the belt. Let me just go out there and win the fights, and the belt will come. Did you have that kind of a moment?
I guess kind of, sort of. I guess maturity, growth, understanding of my platform and what I'm really fighting for. I remember as like a kid, I got so wrapped up in chasing belts as an amateur, and I let a few important opportunities and things slip through the cracks. So I'm a fighter. I'm gonna train hard. I'm gonna go out there and fight. But there's so much more to me, And if I get wrapped up in just chasing a title, which is not really the end all be all, shit. Johnny was a champion. We didn't hear shit for a year and a half. Nothing. All right, that's a champion. Have you heard anything since he won? Nothing.
Nope.
So really, that it's not about being who's holding the belts or who's the champion. And I'm building a legacy without the bounds of that. I'm going to be remembered as one of the best bare knuckle fighters, modern generation bare knuckle fighters of all time. That's the goal. And how do you do that? You train hard, you work hard, and you go out there and you fight hard and you win. And that's exactly what I plan on doing next Friday. It wouldn't matter who was in front of me. So the mindset is completely different. Yeah. Yes, you're right. And I need this mindset.
Listening to you speak tonight, like I said, I knew you were going to say in the beginning, I'm ready to fight and put it on now. You talk tonight. Last time we did one of these on the show, I almost feel like I'm talking to a different guy. And I'm going to tell you right now, I like this guy because you keyed in on something. You said the word maturity. And it hasn't, it's not like this has been around forever. you've been working on getting to where you're at for a long time, but the maturity level that I'm hearing in your voice and the words and listening to the message behind it, from 6, 8, 9 months ago is awesome, dude. You're calm and you almost seem more deadly to me right now than the hyped up Reggie. You know what I mean? Like I'm a little frightened, because you're so calm. And I'm not saying that to be funny. It's you're like, I don't think anybody can get you riled up the way you would before, and that's a brilliant thing to have to be able
You
to
know,
do.
it's been growth as a fighter, but it's also been growth spiritually, and then just a different journey. I got some new people on my team as far as just developing new habits to not only be the best fighter in the world, but become a better man, a better person. All that rah rah, blah blah blah. I'm gonna go out there and speak with my hands. I do every time, whether I've won or lost. So I just whoever, man, it doesn't matter. I've worked too hard. I oh man, it took so much for me to climb out that pit, bro. That I'm like, no, I'm not going back. I told him I will not be moved. I'm the only person who truly had to work from the tryout all the way to a co-main event. I had to earn my spot every inch of the way. Britain was a main event on the last card. She was given her spot. No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, man. I work too hard. I put in the work. And I'm gonna keep moving forward. It doesn't matter who they put in front of me. I'm gonna go out there and let these hands go and have fun. Enjoy it. It's all about I'm chasing this dream. The hard part is camp. I told you I'm tired of training. Shit. But at the end of the day, it's fun to just go out there and be able to be a part of the event and perform. And I'm ready. So,
Dude, you're hitting me all in my feelings right now, dude. I'm feeling like everything you're saying, like right in my chest. I'm like, God dang it, man, Reggie. I pray to the Lord up above, man, that you keep this mindset for the rest of your life and everything. Because man, you're going to accomplish so much with that, because I know it's not just about the fight, it's about
I'm trying to. We have the Educated Hands Foundation, and my house sports gear website. A quarter of all my sales go to our local LBC for our kids out here, and we're trying to build champions. It's like so much. I love fighting, but it's just it's just a smidge of what I'm fighting for. It's so much bigger. And I'm just gonna go out there and enjoy the one little part of it, which is punching another man in the face and getting punched in the face, because I enjoy that a little bit too. It keeps me grounded.
I think you have to in this sport that you're in, whether it's regular straight boxing or bare knuckle fighting like you guys are doing. Even in MMA, you got to be able to enjoy getting cracked by somebody, because if you don't enjoy it, dude, why go to work that night? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like somebody said, why do you do a job if you hate it? I wouldn't get in there and get punched in the face if I didn't like getting punched in the face a little bit. I do. I guess it's another form of self punishment or whatever. But hey, whatever. I'm dishing out more than I'm taking any time anyway. So
fighter years ago. I'm not going to reveal his name because but we were talking one day, and he had some trials and tribulations in life, bad things, and he went away for a while, and
I've been there.
I know.
We know.
Listen, you've told your story. You've told us all, dude. So, but he just, he was always just after, his goal in life was to change and to become a better guy, just a better human being.
Yep.
And he works on it every day. I periodically chat with him. He hits me up or something. We talk for a few minutes. But he's doing it, dude, and he's just enjoying each moment. He's not trying to, go crazy and, he never wanted to go back to fighting because he said fighting was one of the things that was a trigger for him that, sent him into all kinds of bullshit. So, he had to walk away from something he loved to take care of something he loved more, and that was himself. But he couldn't figure that out till he went and did time, and he had time to just sit by himself and, really reevaluate. So rebuilding yourself as a person and as a man, it's something a lot of guys would never even want to admit that they have to do because, we got that alpha ego shit. I know I'm not a perfect man. There's
no such thing as a perfect person.
Exactly.
No such thing. No, and Americans have like this standard. Society has it's like they expect human beings, especially when we're in the limelight or the spotlight of something, to be perfect, and they forget that we're all human beings, or we're all capable of imperfection. But it's what do you do out of that imperfection that really dictates what kind of human being you are. Because like I said, there are some people who go through that stuff and they wallow it and they stay in that pit and they own that imperfection and they use it as an excuse to accomplish or do nothing in life. And then you have people like your friend who have enough self-intuition to understand that and make that decision whether, they're going to project themselves forward in that or stay where they are. Me, I'm always moving forward. Me and my brother Brandon, every day I wake up and I tell myself I will be a better version of myself than I was yesterday. Even if it's something small, like not putting my clothes away when I know I should have,
Yep.
So and those things transpire into the big things. And so when that big moment comes and you've crossed every T and dotted every I, it shines. And trust me, I have crossed every T, I have dotted every I have done the things I hate to make me great, and I am going to shine brighter than the sun next weekend.
Man, I'm telling you, man, like I'm feeling you, dude. I'm really feeling you right now, dude. It's beautiful, dude, that we're sitting there just chat like this, dude. You're just being so much more human today than I've ever seen you be. That's not saying that you weren't human before, because since I met you, I was just a cool cat, man. You're just real, but this is a different version. This is easy fucking version 3.0. Whatever incarnation of yourself you find yourself at. I'm just gonna go 3.0 because 3.0 sounds cool.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. I don't take anything away from Chop Chop at all. I don't. I respect everything that he has done.
I'm just gonna say we got off on this whole thing. I forgot we got to talk about Chop Chop. But before we talk about Chop Chop, Scott Burt has a question. So we're gonna pop it up here. He said your father is your soul coach and trainer, correct? How does that affect your father-son relationship? Are there two different hats that he has to wear and that you have to wear as being a trainee and versus being a son, or is it the same?
For me, it's not two different hats, right? Because I respect my father. My father is an idol in my life, and as far as fighting, I respect his knowledge. As far as a man, I respect my father for everything that he has done in regards to my family and my life. So when it's time to train, there's no issue. It's kind of a little bit more subservient. I'm working on things and I look to him and I'm like, Dad, did I do that right? Should I tweak this or whatever? Or if he comes over from the coach's perspective, like, that's not going to work. You need to do this way. It's, yes, sir. I got it. And I'll go and I'll work on it, So that relationship, as far as that, is not hard at all. I think the hardest part is when I'm actually fighting, because he still is my father. And a father, I'm a father myself, my baby's about to be 10 months old and he's already running, so I'm trying to keep up with him and not make sure he doesn't get hurt. So imagine watching your child literally walk into a dangerous situation, like knowing that they could truly get hurt, from his perspective. I understand that. And we even talked about it after the Johnny fight. I was like, Dad, did you think I was going to get up after that first knockdown? He's like, I knew you were going to get up. He was like, I was a little worried after the second one. So
that's funny, though. That's a cool moment to have with your dad. So do you feel that he wears the hat differently, just being dad and being coach?
No,
Does he say
he doesn't. He has learned. I think when I was younger, it was a little harder, especially because I was a knucklehead and the stuff I was into. So it was more the dad hat than
Now
anything. But
you're a
come on,
fuck.
say that again.
So you were a knucklehead when you were a kid. Now you're a knuckle fighting fighter, man. I mean, what the heck, dude? It was meant to be.
Yeah, pretty much. But the hat is. He's learned to separate it and to when it's time to be dad, he's dad, and when it's time to be coach, he's coach. And me, I don't have to be anything other than my dad's son who works hard, train hard, and is an outstanding athlete and fighter. And as long as I do those things and follow his lead, everything. He's my second set of eyes. Do you know how fortunate it is to have somebody that you can literally share the same? We share the same blood. We share the same energy. We share the same wave tone. Sometimes my dad can look at me and look at something, and we don't have to speak. There are no words exchanged, but I know, or he knows. I don't know if other people have that kind of connection with their father when it comes to fighting, and it just makes it so much easier sometimes. Even in the middle of a fight, I could be, circling out, and I'll glance over at him, and he'll look or give me a little signal or something, and it's there, and I'll go back, and I'll execute it.
Awesome. I love that, dude. That's great, man. It's like, yeah, that's digging it, man. Scott, thanks for that question there. So, all right. So now, after all this fun stuff we've been talking about, let's talk about your fight coming up. You got Chop, man. Seasoned pro boxer. Um, you know, he's coming to put his mark on BKFC, and he's face you, man. So tell us about it.
I mean, like I said, I don't have any ill will, any disrespect, I have the utmost respect for Chop. I watched him, as a teenager and when I was in my 20s. But at the same time, this is not boxing. This is bare knuckle. This is my sport, and I can do both. Honestly, I could outbox him. I could out bare knuckle him. It's not any disrespect to his skill or what he's accomplished. It's just confidence in how hard I've been working and my growth in the sport of bare knuckle fighting championships. I feel like he should have picked somebody else's spot to try to take because you are not taking mine. I worked too hard, man. I've sacrificed too much. And there are so many people, I won't say depending on me because there's nobody depending on me to win. There are so many people at my back that are giving me their extra energy, their extra boost to go out there and perform. That is just, you aren't even going to be in there fighting me. You're going to feel like you're fighting hundreds of people at one time. I wasn't the one, but if you want it, he's been calling me out for almost a year and a half behind the scenes. I guess he feels like there's, I'm the weakest one. I am the littlest one in the weight class. So we're going to see if he can expose whatever he thinks there is to be exposed, but there's nothing over here. I'm only getting better. I'm still growing in this sport. I love it because we're still in the innovative phases.
Yeah, it's still
you don't pick it up. You don't pick it up in one night.
Definitely still the beginning of this, and there needs to be parity between skill sets. I mean, to be a great boxer doesn't mean he can be a great bare knuckle fighter. I stood by this statement. I've said it to many guys, especially ones that were coming in making their debut. Talking to them and just tell them, listen, just until you actually bare knuckled, you ain't bare knuckle, and you can never say that you understand it until you do it. I don't come at when I talk about it. I don't try to explain it as my point of view of understanding what it takes to do it, or what it feels like to do it, because I have no experience in that, so I can't, testify to that. You know what I'm saying? But what I do see is when I talk to you guys, and what I can explain is that there's a specialness about you folks that are doing bare knuckle, male or female. You have to really you have to either be in it all the way or get out of it, because there's no in between in bare knuckle. In MMA, you can get away with this because you can do this other part so well. In boxing, all you got to do is box. And when I say all you got to do, I understand it's not something simple. You have to have a skill set. But with bare knuckle fighting, because you're not wearing gloves and you can invoke a clinch and you can pull, and do a few little different things, there is a whole other element to this that Feldman put together for you guys to compete, and it really encompasses something awesome. And for those that can, wow. For those that can't, well, it was entertaining watching you get beat up. I mean, that's why we watch. Let's just be real. So, but then you have those fights where those that can face somebody else that can, and
And
then
then you get magic. You get magic.
look at Elmore and Tom Schoaf. I mean,
Yeah.
that's perfect. I mean, what a fucking fight that was. I mean, Jason Knight and Artem. I mean, these guys, neither of them really had any bare knuckle experience, but they had the heart, that specialness that has to be there for a bare knuckle fighter to be successful, and the willingness to go in there and swing for the fences, and they did that. What an awesome fight. And I think we all learned from that. Those that watch it, those that participate in it, learn stuff from that fight, and that's what set this whole crazy wheel of motion from that fight, put this really on the map, and it's been rocketing up since. So, but those guys both had the same thing going, and if like when you and Chop Chop go in, if you and Chop Chop both bring that same type of fight, man, because
it's gonna be beautiful, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. We know that I'm cool with that, right? Because what did Reggie do against Johnny? I got up off the canvas and I made that shit a fight. Did I do it the smart way? Absolutely not. But I made that shit a fight.
Sure did, bro.
So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But it's Chop Chop.
Chop
And we're gonna find out. And if he's cool with it, like everybody said, it's gonna be a spectacular fight. But if he's not, then he's just he can go back to boxing or just quit fighting. No disrespect. And if he's built for it, then come on, let's dump, let's rumble, and may the best man freaking win.
Amen.
And that's gonna be me.
And that's what I love, dude. That you've really, been working on your skill set. Every time we've seen you fight, you're a little bit better than you were the last time, and that's what we're supposed to see, and that's what you want to see, and that's what you want to accomplish. I've seen it since your first fight in, and now I've seen you in all these other ones. You definitely have gotten better. I think where I'm going to see the most growth now is your mental, and when the mental and the physical catch up to each other, that becomes a scary fighter for any athlete, in any sport. When your mental and physical come together as an athlete, you become the most proficient athlete, I believe. And if you're hitting that spot where you're just about right there with both, dude, people better watch out. I mean, that's just real, So I'm digging it, dude. Like I said, I'm digging this 3.0 version of you, dude. I'm loving it, man. I'm happy for you, man. Forget the fight. I think I'm more just happy for you as a man to another man, dude. Fucking, I see where you're at. I feel,
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And it's just fighting in itself, and everything that encompasses the way I approach this art form, from the discipline in Muay Thai, from my disciplines in Jeet Kune Do, and not just the fighting aspect of it, but the mental and the spiritual aspect, incorporating all of that into me as a person has helped me grow as a fighter, and like you said, as a man. And hopefully I can continue to put out great performances and continue to grow until I'm done on this earth. I feel like, initially, like, my thinking was, and I guess this is where it changed, right? I was thinking, like, once I accomplished this platform or whatever, that, like, that was it, and I could chill, and a switch flipped, and I remember that it's a constant growth, and it's not like a wide variation. You don't have to make great leaps and bounds, but as long as, like I said, I'm trying to be a better version of myself at certain things on a daily basis, weekly, monthly, whatever, that constant growth is going to continue to project me into great things. But if I stop and I'm just complacent, or I get stagnant, then I do nothing, or I stay where I'm at. And I'm not cool with that in life. because the people who supported me, the people who believe in me, the people who knew me when I was nothing, who have watched me rise, you know, I'm a representation and an inspiration and a beacon of hope for them. And so I will continue to do it for them, myself, in the sport of bare knuckle, period.
Well, I don't think Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Feldman and the whole crew could ask for somebody to represent them as well and try to represent the sport as well as you do. You understand what it's all about. You want to be professional. You've had your run-ins in life, but you've turned everything around, and you're like you said, you're a beacon of hope and positivity to a lot of people. So you just keep that energy going, and things are going to happen the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that. Everything is written the way it's written, and that was something else I had to remind myself. I thought the story was going to be written a certain way, and God was like, bro, no, that was your plan, but I got something else for you. But you need to do these things to get there, and so I'm going to keep working and keep working and keep growing, and the story will be written the way it's written, and I'd rather the story be written the way it's going to than the way I was writing it, period. Because I was writing it towards an early grave.
It's crazy, and I think when man, just the species of humans, I think for us, when you finally realize how powerless you truly are about the things in life that surround you, I believe that's when you become your most powerful version of yourself, because you finally make a breakthrough and you get it. You have that epiphany where you know what, man, I can't control what this idiot does or that moron does or why this happened over here or why this, and I've been wasting 50 years of my life devoting energy to figuring out why the fuck why in that world, and then boom, when I realized that, boom, that I can't, you experience freedom. And when you experience freedom, you experience happiness and peace. And you're able to open up and see that life is so much more when you just, kind of let life happen. You do the things that you can take care of on a daily around you. That's it. And, when I say don't try to be more than, I don't mean don't always try to be better than you were the last day. But, sometimes people try so hard to get so much done in 1 minute at a time. And because they're so dead focused on it, they miss something over here. Don't be like that.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. I was so just heart driven and focused on, we got to get these belts. We got to get these belts. I want these belts, and I take a step back and I look at it and I'm like, man, forget the belts, man. I came in this sport to go down as I always told my dad, I'm going to be the Chuck Liddell of bare knuckle. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you mention UFC, you got to bring up Chuck Liddell a little bit. So maybe not the greatest reference to, a legend. And
that's a good reference, dude. He gets battery commercials. He does other shit.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, and it's like we got so wrapped up on getting the belts, but you got to remember that Chuck didn't have the belts and didn't always win them right away and lost them a couple of times too. I do believe, so it's but he's still a legend in that sport. And so the legacy will be written however it is. I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to get in there and put on and keep whooping dudes' asses in the meantime and enjoy the ride.
That's all you can do, man. Well, listen, bro, I am happy for you beyond words. Talking to you
Thank you.
has been so refreshing. Not saying that when I talked to you before, it wasn't always fun. We always had a good time, but
we always have a great time.
There's a different thing going on what you do to not like I said, you're projecting it out into the universe because I'm feeling it. And I'm a cranky old fucking dude, man, so I don't feel much anymore, man. So you hit me in the feels today, dude. And you know what? I'm glad you did because it reminds me, and I'm pretty humble about life. I've done a lot of things in life that a lot of people wish they could have done. Traveled around the world announcing fights and got paid to do it. I've been on TV, I've been on radio. I had my own radio show. I talk to fighters all the time. I've done some cool fucking shit. Let's just be real, and, talk to big stars. I got to introduce Roy Jones Jr. and these kids from fucking Long Island, New York. But I've done so much and I've died a few times along the way. So I have a total different view of every moment, every single one of these cool moments. Like I was thinking about this yesterday. Over the course of a year, I probably interview 3 people a week. So for the last 10 years, doing this stuff, so we're talking, fucking, I don't know, 15,000 interviews or conversations I've had with
That's a
people.
lot of people he's talking to.
And it may be a little bit less. My math might be a little bit off, but at least 10,000 people I've done an interview with. When I think about over the time, and that's a lot of people. Maybe not 10,000. Maybe but the point is, I've talked to so many people. I've done so many cool things, and I appreciate it. Like I appreciate talking to you, and you're not the biggest star on the planet Earth. I mean, you're making a name for yourself in BKFC, and you're a star with them, and you're going to continue to rise. But I feel the same talking to you as I would if I got to talking to Conor McGregor, who's the biggest star in MMA. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about all you guys that fight, guys and girls. So it's not just you; it's the people
Thank you.
that allow me to talk to them and talk back with me.
Thank you for giving us a voice, and
Yeah.
supporting us.
Well,
I appreciate you. You sent me a message to say, and thank you for just letting me come on and us being able to just chop it up, and so you could see this aura, so the people can feel this aura that I'm bringing next weekend. This is nothing but great, positive, flowing energy that's going to transfer into a wonderful, wonderful fist fight next week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so like I said, the point of what I was saying was that, man, we're blessed people. Everybody, I mean, when you really think about it, we're blessed, man. If I wake up tomorrow morning, because I don't know if that part of the book is written yet. I won't know till tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed my life today. I had a good time. If today's the last day and I don't wake up tomorrow, you know what, man? Wherever I go, whether it's up or down, I'm gonna smile about my last day on Earth because it was a good day. I got to kiss my wife. I got to talk to some cool people on my show. Ate some food. Had a good day. I got my hair cut. Life's good. I don't get so wrapped up in like big.
I call it living in the moment, and I have like the hardest time with social media stuff. And they're like, "Oh, you got to take pictures, or you got to video this when you go do this," because I live in the moment. I don't think, oh, let me pull out my phone or let me grab the camera. I'm just living in the moment, enjoying life and the opportunities in front of me, as they come. Because if I get so wrapped up in, chasing it, of course I'm chasing the stream. The stream is building a legacy, and there's a whole bunch of stuff in between that. But I'm not just holistically wrapped up in just the one thing of, oh, I got to have these belts to do this. No. There's so much more to build in this legacy, and I'm just gonna keep pushing forward, man. I will not be moved, Chop. So bring your A game, homie.
Bring A game, because I know Reggie's bringing his. Well, listen, man. Like I said, this is one of my favorite interviews I've done in a while. Good stuff coming from you, man. I'm glad we got to sit here and chat like this tonight. I always wish you the best of luck. Win or lose, dude. Fucking, you're aces in my book. So I don't value relationship with people based on whether they win or lose a fight. I base it based on if they're trying to be a winner in life or they're a piece of crap. And so there's two kinds of people. There's those that are good and try to move forward, and then there's people that try to stay down and try to drag others with them. Man, I ain't got time for that, man. I got to stay up, so people.
Well, being a winner in life isn't just about winning fights.
Yo, I know. That's what I'm saying, man. Fucking. That's what I'm saying. I don't care if you win or lose a fight, dude. You're winning in life right now, dude, and that's more important.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to.
When you're winning in your life, man, the winning in the fight, seems to work for you, So I mean, that's every time, and that's the thing. But you've hit a spot right now, dude. You're in a groove. You're in a vibe. Keep riding that wave of that vibe, dude. That just staying. It's not just about getting to that goal. That belt. You'll get there. I have no doubt you will. But
I'm like Dory right now. I'm just gonna keep swimming, and any shark that jumps in the water with me is gonna get eaten. I'm the little fish eating the sharks. So.
Oh, I love it, dude. Hey, listen, man. Fuck it. I love that shit, dude. The fucking little fish eating the sharks. Fuck y'all, man. I'm coming. I'm a tiny little piranha, man. But just remember, piranha, fuck a motherfucker up.
Pretty much.
Well, listen, Mr. Barnett, you enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for
Yeah, I'm
chatting.
about to go get a shower. We had another great night at Grindstone tonight, so I really love those guys over there. Just wait till y'all see what we got, y'all. Make sure y'all download that BKTV app. I know they don't call me Educated Hands for nothing.
They don't. Hands is educated, and right now, it's good. Your nickname, Easy, fucking, it probably fits you more right now than it ever
It has
has.
ever in my entire life, right? That's
Right?
what somebody said the other day. He's like, man, your Demeter. He's like, you really fit your ring name now. You took his, you fit it, man. Like, for real. That's what he said the other day. My boss even too. He was like, you all right? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, you're just really stoic and like just. He's like, you really haven't been too like loud and boisterous or whatever. He's like, aren't you fighting next weekend? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right. He's like, well, keep that attitude. He's like, I think that works. Because he was genuinely concerned. He thought something was wrong with me. And I'm like, nah, man, this is just, I'm sorry. I guess, like you said, it's easy 3.0. It's the new me, whatever. I'm trying to grow.
That's all right.
Every day as a person.
That's what we're supposed to do every day. Some people forget that along the way they get comfortable and complacent with who they are, and then they stay there for 25 years and realize 25 years goes by and they missed out on life. And you want to be that. Good and bad. You have to learn stuff along the way. But you had to grow. You know what? It's funny. You had to grow into the nickname.
It's all right.
You've grown into the nickname, man. You've officially become Easy. So you got that Lionel Richie song playing here. I'm easy. Oh, easy like Sunday morning.
I can't sing. Somebody asked me to sing for them once, and it was absolutely awful.
Don't do a duet with me, dude. People fucking will kill us both, man. Fucking, because I can't sing either. But that's the song, It's like, and I'm just sitting here picturing me. I can I'm digging it, dude. You just keep doing this the way you're doing it, man. And I think everything you want in life that you're supposed to end up having, you will. So that's my take on it. Those who are positive and do the right things in life and work for it, man, usually get the things they're working for. That's just the truth. Nothing beats working for it.
Sometimes you don't get it when you want it, but everything comes according to his plan when you need it, and I'm cool with that too.
Amen to that, man. Amen to that. Well, listen, you go enjoy the night, man.
All right, thank you so much for having me on. Y'all make sure y'all download that BKTV app. It's going down March 19th, next Friday. Chop, chop.
Chop, chop. Hey, chop,
Come on,
chop.
bro. Bring your A game.
Yeah, bro. Hey, and don't let that baby outrun you, bro. If that baby outrun you, you better stop. You better go fix something.
Yeah, he's quick. He's quick. He's gonna man. I can't wait to get this fight over. Also, I ain't rushing it, but I'm gonna spend a little extra time with my baby.
Of course you should, dude. That's the way it is, man. That's it's not the win or loss at the end of the night of the fight. It's not getting a fight bonus. The reward for you is now you get to focus your time on your son, and that's what you want. Because part of what you're doing to build this legacy is for him to see.
It's for him. It's for him. So he can be
an important part of it. So I like I said, I get it. Oh, and Kim Barnett said, "Thank you, Kim. You're welcome."
That's my mom, EJ.
I know. She messaged me earlier, asked me today if I needed anything before the interview from you. I'm like, yeah. I forgot to message her back because I had to go see a few things in the doctor, and I got stuff I had to do today. But I didn't need anything extra, Kim. But
she stays on it. She's amazing. All right, I'm tired, Chris. Thank you so much. I'm about to go get me a warm shower. 5:30 comes early. I gotta run. Actually, no, we have training in the morning tomorrow. So yeah, couple more morning sessions.
Wish you the best and your family, man.
I see you there, right?
Huh? I can't guarantee it yet because I have work, and if work calls, I mean, my job on the weekends, it's I make enough money where it takes care of the family. So so the weekend days are hard unless I'm out doing a fight gig to not DJ locally because I make decent money doing it. So, But if everything works out, because when I come up to do these, because I'm an independent media company, so it's all on my dime. So I have to make sure that I got these dimes over here taking care of this before I can take a few dimes and go do this. And
I know how that goes.
Yes, like my show, dude. One day, hopefully, you know what? Somebody's going to see my show. The right person's going to see it, and they're going to fucking sign me to some kind of syndication deal. I'm going to be able to make money off doing something I love. That's this. So
that's what you got to do, and you just keep plugging away. You keep working at it, and you are doing great. I always enjoy your show, your podcast, being on with you. So it's always a blast.
All right, you go take a shower, man. I'm smelling you from here, dude, and that's not good because you up in Virginia. No.
You have a good one, man.
Listen, man, God bless you and the family as always, man. Stay safe, be well, and we'll see you soon.
All right.
All right. Peace out, bro. All right, boys and girls, that was Reggie Barnett, man. I tell you, for you guys that know Reggie, or for you guys that will watch his interview later, that's a different Reggie right there. He's gone through some kind of an epiphany, is all I can say, because he's not that calm normally. You know, he's hype. And, you know, like he even said, his boss at the job, you know, said something to him about it, you know, that he was concerned because Reggie wasn't being Reggie. So nuts, right? But anyway, what a show tonight, man. We had 5 guests on. We started out with Joe Elmore. Good stuff right there with Joe. He's taking on Leonard Garcia in the main event on the next weekend, BKFC 16. He had Elvin Brito on. He's taking on Brad Kelly, who came on right after Elvin, and actually on with Elvin for a minute. They showed a little respect to each other. Then we had Tyler Diamond jump in there, former contestant on The Ultimate Fighter. UFC didn't pick him up for some reason. Now he's fighting at PFL this year, making his debut. You know, looking to make, you know, a little over $1 million because he wants to win the whole damn thing. So we had a good conversation with him. And, of course, we just excuse me. Just closed the show with Reggie Barnett, man, and what a great interview. What a great conversation with that guy, man. I was really feeling him. I wasn't joking when I'm saying that, man. Sometimes just, you know, the feelings hit me. So BKFC 16 takes place next weekend. If you can't be in Biloxi, you should be. But if you can't, download the BKTV app at www.bktv.app and bktv.app or see, I get it all fucked up all the time. I'm going to get yelled at by David Feldman. Just get the app. Go to their Facebook page and give you all the information. And, you know, join us for some awesome fights. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Possibility of Junior Dos Santos or Alistair Overeem signing. You know, maybe. Vitor Belfort, possibility as well, man. There's some names I know he's going to announce. I can't wait to see it. And by the way, maybe he'll drop one of those big announcements on our show, because on the show this Thursday night, 2 guests going to open up with Bobo O'Bannon, heavyweight, taking on Arnold Adams at BKFC 16. And we're going to close the show with BKFC president, Mr. David Feldman, who I'm always happy to have on the show, because he usually does drop something here. It's not always the biggest news, but he usually gives us something, you know, for our viewers and followers of BKFC, you know, to chomp on. So we appreciate that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to dip on out of here, man. I had a great time hanging out with you all tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I hope all my guests had a good time, and thanks to them for coming on. Tonight's show was brought to you by friends at Just Heart and Just Heart Apparel East Coast. Thanks, Andrew Sams. And that's it, boys and girls. So, as I always like to say at the end of the show, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your lives today, and for you guys being a part of mine. I can truly never put into words what that really means to me, but just know it hits me right here in the feelings. Thanks so much for being here and having fun with us, man. I hope you had a good time. Until next time, I am Christopher James, and you've been Caveside. Good night, everybody.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell's Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on, because we got some good stuff.
Philip the Deuces. There you go, baby.